Yeah, I do. I saw this great tracer. No, it's definitely not. Definitely not. What I saw, like a bunch of Dallas people and the 90 people get demolished. I'm like, damn, okay, remember that trick you were showing me with the motorcycle? Yeah, a lot of people were doing it, so I was like, damn, that's like ball of pro knowledge. You can jump with the motorcycle and then aim it. A lot of the pro players were doing it too. Wow, that's crazy. And then what was that? There's another one that has like a crossbow. Yeah, she's okay for it. Mondo? Yeah. Oh, headshot them? Them old leak sounds. Ooh. I'll do it. Oh my god, this is all old beat. That's insane. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna head over back to the stream and great talking to y'all. See you guys. Oh my gosh. Wait, team ban. Who we banning? We banning? Welcome back to old Bleed. Oh wait, I'm actually ADC, which I like a lot. What do we got for ADC? Oh, should we do... It's like old, that's like super good. I think old mid is good. Or maybe old ash. Oh, how do I unlock all these old skins? I don't have Pulsar is. Imagine I did. Crazy. Very crazy. Oh my god. Look at all these. I like how they actually encourage people to play Classic League, which is cool. And then they have all the old sound effects. Oh my god, this is the only reason why they have these. I can edit emotes though? Oh no. Hi guys, I am new to League of Legends. Hi guys, I am new to League of Legends. All classic. Classic, all new League of Legends. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, work underground. Yes, now work underground. I'm new to the old League of Legends. I'm new in general. It's crazy. I'm not getting my webcam to work on my other things. I'm so sorry. Like, why is that finding it? Oh, it's actually I'm refreshing. I know you guys. What if I don't? What's up with that? Here, we're gonna move this. I don't know why it's not working. Plastic up. Oh my gosh, wait, why is it over here? There we go. That's just official, y'all. This isn't Compass Night. Sorry. Oh, what's the only person like 15? So in other words, I won't be able to play long. But at least I'll be able to play. Where's our Ruben? Oh, our Ruben now wants to work? Crazy. Crazy. I don't know, whatnot. Whatever, whatnot. Oh, we're supposed to start the other person. We'll start the other person. 2 seconds. Dude, I love this Ace Attorney Cafe Chill mix. It's so good. It is so chill, honestly. Very nice. Role fairness. No, that's something new that was not invented in the classic. Oh, see, we're all new. We're all new to the classic. Okay. We have active subs on, so if anyone wants to give us up, W. As long as you guys can. Not pushing anyone. But we do appreciate you guys for something and joining and supporting along my entire Twitch journey and there we go, look at it, it's Elite Classic, oh my god, you got Vision Wars, Oracles, oh my god. Does Blue Is still work? In old League of Legends, all of this old stuff.
Everyone is playing, you're not yet. EWC Play is your
Do we have
all-in-one
ultimates? Wait,
platform
did
to
we also
compete in
have heart?
fantasy, pick'em,
Do
and
we have
quests for
Heart
a
of
grand
Gold?
total of
Heart of Gold is
$300,000
in
in
here.
prize
Used to be
pool.
broken.
Build your dream fantasy team in 5 different games
Wait,
and
hold
track
up.
your score with live results tables. Predict the winner of every game, every group stage, and every tournament. Complete daily and weekly challenges to earn boosters that help you climb the global leaderboard. Got what it takes? Join EWC Play now.
Yo, this is old League for sure.
Do you
This
genuinely
old League of
believe
Legends for
that
sure.
you are the greatest MLBB player
Oh
of
no,
all
not,
time?
Do you
not an
believe your
AFK
teammates
jungler.
let you down at
An
EWC?
AFK jungler.
Do you think I'm overrated?
Like in the old days.
Hi
Just
guys,
like in
I'm
the old
Goldie
days.
and I
You
play
got an
for Team
AFK
Liquid
jungler,
Page.
y'all.
Hi guys, I'm Kyrie and I play for Onyx Esports.
The Esports World Cup wanted us to ask some of the internet's most asked questions.
But to make sure we tell the truth, we have connected
Oh
ourselves
my gosh,
to
I
a
don't know
lie
how to play
detector.
this.
So if we lie, everyone will know.
Do you genuinely
I can
believe
also do
that you are the
WESD.
greatest MLBB player of all time?
Crazy.
Yes.
Yes, he
But I don't
does.
want to remain.
Yeah, he definitely is.
I think maybe because of
I don't wanna
all the
remake.
achievements that I won.
Yeah, fair
Oh
enough.
no,
He won
no
everything.
remake. No
Do you
remake.
consider me your biggest rival?
Yes.
No.
100%
Man.
straight away.
Nice.
Does it bother you that I have more followers than you?
Just
No.
like an old League of Legends, an AFK person lets me lose.
I think you're testing me there, aren't you?
Just
No,
like
I'm telling the
an
truth.
old
Do you ever look
League
up
of
how many
Legends.
followers you have?
No, not really.
Don't worry.
Because I don't really care.
So,
I think he does care about how many followers he has and his fans.
Do you believe you are the best player in Onyx?
No.
I think you are the best player.
just
You
like
believe
in the
you're the best
good
player.
old
I think I am one of the
days.
best players. I mean, I think I am one of the pillars of Onyx.
Oh,
Is there
sweet,
anything
someone
I do
AFK
better than
and
you?
got reported. Just
Yes.
like in the good old days.
Which things?
In Assassins and also the face.
It's real funny.
Yep.
I'm happy to hear that.
Would you ever join my team if you were
Things
offered the
streamers have to
opportunity?
deal with
Your
in their
team.
lives.
Oh no. No.
Why would you wanna join Team
How would you
Liquid?
tell
Yeah, I think if
he's
I play
playing?
with
I
you,
know
a
he's
lot
playing
of
old
things would
classic
be
League.
much easier.
There's no way he didn't get
Yeah.
back
Who's
on
the
here
weakest
just to not
link
play
on
League.
your team?
Funny. Oh,
I have to
okay,
answer
wait,
that?
Yeah, you have to.
I think right now
You
is
can just lie.
Teddy.
Okay.
He's not lying. He's telling the
Sorry,
truth.
sorry Teddy.
It's understandable because he's a rookie, right? Yeah.
Do you believe you would beat me in 1v1?
Maybe in some heroes. I think right now I would lose to you in 1v1 just because LIC 1v1.
I'm
against you.
jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll
I'm
be
going
remembered
jungle.
as
Always
the
do
two
that.
greatest players?
Yes.
Or should we just run Oshako jungle?
Yes.
Wow!
Ang nagsisinungaling pare.
Oh,
Do you
who's
believe you
banning?
will finish
Oh,
your
I'm
career
banning.
with a greater legacy than me?
No,
Don't show that.
Wow, humble. Why would you think that?
because I think your achievements are very hard to achieve, and yeah, it's just being consistent is very hard. Do you think I'm overrated?
No.
Oh, I could do run
Thank you,
old
Carl. I'm
Diana
just
jungle.
surprised with the
like
questions.
a girl days.
Do you feel more appreciated by Indonesian
Like I
fans
remember
than
we used to
Filipino
use
fans?
Diana jungle or Blitz
I see.
jungle.
If I... okay. Yes.
I want to run a Mumu though.
I
Do
think
I
you
actually?
love both of your sets of fans.
Do I have
Good
two
fans
tanks,
in
three
both
tanks?
countries, and there are also bad fans from both countries.
Should I
Do you think
Wukong?
you will still be a professional
Or you
player
say?
in 5 years?
I feel like if I do Lee
but
Sin,
I think
because
maybe
I don't have
not in Mobile Legends,
um,
but other games.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I was seeing a
can't even
pretty big reaction
edit
there,
it,
but that's
can you?
because
You
you've
can't
been
even edit that,
in other games.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
starter
Do you
pages?
worry that you will eventually fall off?
no.
Like,
I think you worry about it.
I worry that
You could do
I might get
viewability.
tired.
Oh
I've been
my
playing
god, that's so
non-stop. You may
cool.
be getting a bit of rest is
Oh,
good.
that's so funny. They'll tell
Is
you
there
like
anything
the second
about my
ability, though.
gameplay
That's
that
still way too
you
many
wish
checks.
you could copy?
It still
Yes.
feels like too much like
Which
Newly-
gameplay?
I won't tell you because you might
But,
use it
yeah.
against me.
if you randomize
Okay,
it.
fair enough.
Bro.
Who receives more unfair criticism? You or me?
Hi guys, I have two. Aww,
Why?
man, why are
Because I
people
have
dodging?
already won a lot, and I think they're still comparing us.
Nah, you know what? Just like in old league,
He's doing very
people
well,
be
isn't he? He's
dodging
telling the
all the
truth.
That's a
time.
lie. Straightforward.
Have you ever sent a negative comment about
Fun
me to
fact,
one
guys,
of
I
your
actually
teammates?
bought Master
Yes.
Yi as like my first ever champion.
What is it? Can I know?
I always used to say
Maybe
that
people just
I'm
don't wanna
better
play it
at
again.
Assassin's
Maybe
Creed
this is, like,
more
old
than you, but
nostalgic,
they would
so
always say
I'll say
you're better
that
than me
at the
overall.
bottom again.
Do you
I hate how
believe
they
your
still have
teammates
assignments.
let
We
you
could've been,
down
like,
at
a
EWC
bot lane.
2025?
No.
In which part did they let you down?
After losing, it's just I see the flaws of my team and I just couldn't help but
Oh my
compare my
gosh,
teammates
what
to
is
TLPH.
going on? Another dodge? Maybe it's because I'm linking
Yeah,
my Twitch.
even though
Maybe
I
people are
trust my
just, like, open
teammates,
my Twitch,
but
they see
yes,
who I am,
you
and they're
cannot,
like, oh,
you just can't help it. Do you think your team
loser.
this year is stronger than last EWC?
Yes.
EWC starts
I think I know why.
For
Febby?
Overwatch starts at 7.
No, not Teddy. I think,
I won't say
yeah,
it does start
kind
at,
of
like,
Teddy,
3 a.m.
and I think also because
Not
of
that
our new
bad.
coaches,
I got
they
some
improved so
sleep
much.
anyways,
Okay.
you know.
Do you believe this is the year you win EWC?
Yes.
Why?
Dude,
It's because he's not on your team.
Bot again.
but there's also a lot of strong teams, but I do
And I
believe
don't think
that
it
we
saves
can
your
win.
spells
Okay,
until
that
you
makes
lock
sense.
in it,
Yeah.
bro.
Last question.
Every
You need to focus,
time.
Carl.
Yeah.
That's
Let's go.
crazy.
Do you
Maybe I just
consider
don't
me a
link- I
friend
just don't link
outside the
my
game?
Twitch.
Yes. Those
I don't leave my
questions were
Twitch till,
not
like,
easy.
last
I'm glad it's
minute.
done. It
That's
was
probably
very
what
tough.
I need to do. It's crazy. It's definitely someone on
The
my
echoes
team
of
that's
the
leaving.
land of dawn continue to
That
resound.
person's decline.
The champions who once ruled have
Classic
fallen.
League of Legends. Dude, I barely even played and I already got 19 points.
Will not move forward.
Wait, hold up. Does
And
that mean I got my
MSC
first defeat
here at
already?
EWC 2026.
Because someone,
As the
because
throne
we had a
stands
remake,
empty
I already got
once
my first
more.
defeat. That counts as a loss.
A new
I'm already
era has
starting
begun
in
to
a
take
row.
its shape,
MMR.
and a new king
Oh,
must
man.
rise above.
Alright, let's time bottom.
Team Vamos.
Why
Their
are
journey
you
seems
always
far
lying?
through trials and scars, yet they
Never
believe
funny.
they will rise above all stars.
Thank you. Let me keep bottom.
Team Vitality. The dream they chased has led them to this
Yeah, roughly
stage.
this
A
again.
new chapter for
Yeah, roughly
Indonesia
this, but this
begins
one-
on this page.
Alright, so who we banning?
Pro Esports. They defeated the champions who once led the way. The
Karthus?
world
Why
will
does
see
Karthus
how
look
they
like
earned
this?
their
Is this
place
what old
today.
Karthus look like? No wonder no one played him.
Team Spirit. Through every setback, their spirit grew strong. They will carry the dragon's crest to show where legends
We
belong.
didn't even get to like band.
Yangon Galacticos. More than teammates, they are a family forged through the fight. They chase for glory to make their nation proud for life.
Y'all.
Team Falcons PH.
swear.
The trophy slipped away, but
That's
never
a-
their fire. Now they return to reclaim the title they desire. Onyx. Their
Wait, they
road
still got
is
team
tough,
switchers?
with
If they
new
want, they can
challenges
switch.
across the lands, but they'll face every battle
These
and
also
make their
are.
final stand. Aurora Gaming.
For
The
sure.
world has
Oh,
begun
no.
to speak their
Oh,
name.
man.
This is
We
Aurora
have to try it.
Gaming's time to reign. 8 contenders
Thank you.
remain.
Even,
Some fight as the new hopes of
this
their
is my
nation.
first game
Some
back
fight
in the
for a
league, so
glory
I was
that
gonna
was
say,
almost
maybe you
within
could just
reach.
run whatever the heck you
But
want,
all 8
but
paths lead to the same
I don't think it's
legacy.
that type of game. Shaco,
Play
Katarina.
is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out,
Katarina.
it becomes our
Katara. I
superpower.
used to call her Katara. I used to mispronounce all these champions.
Now imagine an entire city being built to
like
supercharge
Malphite, I
it.
call it Medbite.
Kadir City,
And then
powered by play.
Nocturne, I used to call it Nocturne. Man, those were back in the day. This makes me want to buy this full star Israel just so I can just so I can see it in Classic League. But y'all, I don't think
The
that's
human
much
body
anymore.
was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan EVO.
I'm thinking about literally
ergonomically engineered for you.
but it is crazy
Hybrid
right like a
workers,
PlayStation game.
artists,
Crazy an NA
tracking
game.
your every move.
I don't want to miss an NA game. We're gonna have to run a small mini stream within it. And I don't want to miss it. Alright. We got all summer spells, summer streams, and all that. Overwatch. Change it to Overwatch, y'all. Okay, hopefully we find a match. Ooh, look, we are leading against Twilight.
We book Esports World Cup.
Sheriff being back. It's not Sheriff. I really want to Zan. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Tragic. Okay, so we need 2 more minutes. So I think what's our first step? I can make a mini show no winter I really like this. People are doing well.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. Oh, I mean, look, I'm not remotely sad about that. I couldn't
Now
care
you
less,
feel
actually.
how I feel.
Classic League of Legends.
I started with TL, they got eliminated. Vitality next, they got knocked out yesterday.
still runs
And now I
up
only
with
have
this, though.
Onyx, and they're up against Aurora of all teams.
Some would say that
And
you
I
might
like
be the
how
curse,
things
actually.
used to stack all the time, so this is gonna be funny.
I mean, guys.
She could be. She could be. Look, I mean, we're into one of our last days. We're losing 2 more teams today.
Yes.
First game coming. I mean, look, there's some really tight games. We are very much at the latter stages of the tournament,
my
aren't we?
gosh.
Do you think it's going to be
We're doing
Vamos? Do you
it,
think it's going to
y'all.
be Team
We're
Spirit?
playing
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling Vamos. I'm riding that wave a little bit. But
Legends in 2026.
I also think
10 years ago now.
What are you doing, Chris? Chris!
it would be really funny if Aurora did it, though, wouldn't it?
How
Let's
they
get
all
into one of the last days here in the MSC at EWC.
What?
Hey. Hey. Look at that purple, blue. Oh my god.
We were
This was the
always
old
in
League of
age.
Legends. I remember. Look, we are at 62 or 100
What
frames.
stories
I
are
remember
still
back in the
left
day, I
untold?
used to only play with like 30 frames or like
Tapi ini
25
baru permulaan.
frames and 20
Tiada
frames.
siapa akan ingat siapa
Like,
nombor
I
2.
used to never
We need the win.
run this game so smoothly back in the day. I wouldn't be able to stream.
Tapi
It's kind of crazy.
hindi ang
I'm so happy
pagkatutok
though.
ang pinakamahirap. Ang
It
corona
is
ang
bringing
mahirap
back the
ipagtanggol.
nostalgia, but it
What
also brings
happened
back
last
like
year became fuel for us this year.
happiness.
This time, we bring it to the fight
Oh my god.
and finish it.
A new lineup.
Yeah, I'm
New
just very
chemistry.
happy. I know
New fire.
that League of Legends.
Once champions, not settling
I could've run
for podium
but now I
finishes,
can.
world
Now look at
champions, defending MSC champions. As the
Oh
final
god.
boss of MLBB,
Oh my god.
can
I forgot
anyone
how
stop
big
them? Names have been named, stars have risen, but now they need to show the world what it takes to rise above. This time, the world is bigger than ever. Like every year, new challengers step on to the world stage. Some carry the ambitions to confidence. Some fight for the pride of home turf. Some have never stopped chasing the throne. So who will finally rise to clinch the title? This is where unresolved stories find their ending. A new shot at glory. One more chance at redemption.
We are back. Kali ini.
Dragon has spawned already?
Atau tidak?
That's 3-minute dragon spawn?
No
That's
one
crazy.
is untouchable. Let's fight. Try and stop it.
Two champions, one game. Paris breaks through limitless possibilities.
Like, you wouldn't even see Dragon until like 5 minutes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, those here in the building at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet at EWC 2026, and those online, welcome. It's MSC. We're in day 2 of our knockout stages. We've sent 2 teams home yesterday. We're going to send 2 more today, but that also means on the flip side, we're sending 2 teams to the semifinal, which not only guarantees you $150,000, but a chance at club championship points and one more shot, one step closer to glory in MLBB. I'm your host, Rain Day. I'm going to be with you all these days with the amazing, talented crew here at MSC. We are lucky to work with Renmar and Mirko on panel, joining me for the first part of today. Yeah, looking good, wearing the pin, and we're excited for another knockout game.
I'm feeling good today. I slept like a baby.
Yeah,
I went to bed. I had some sweet dreams. I feel amazing this morning. Don't you guys? Don't you?
Is that Rally? Oh my gosh.
What, did you not get your coffee yet,
Thank you
or
so much.
what? What's up?
I got my coffee.
I have
I
first
got good
blood.
breakfast. Yeah, but it's all right.
For the first time ever, I feel like I'm actually good at League of Legends.
You know, energy drinks are coming out in the next couple
where's
of
the
days.
shop
He's
button?
getting
Oh my
ready.
God,
We're
the
working
shop is
through
on the
every
left.
workout because
That's
he's
so
got a lot
crazy.
to do.
I'm so
Unlike
used to
Renmar,
old
though, I
League
didn't
of
sleep like a
Legends,
baby. I
it's
slept with
crazy.
a baby. My daughter's actually here, and so at this point, she kept me up for about 3 hours. That is neither here nor there, though, because we have the energy for what is upon us, guys. Let's break down what happened yesterday in our STC Rewind, because it was a day full of challenge, of opportunity, and yet, of course, there was also some domination.
Ooh, domination, Young on Galacticos, what they did to Pro Esports. Oh, put that up in a museum. In terms of asking why or how can you dominate MLBB in this fashion. I didn't expect it. I thought it would be much closer. It really didn't feel like we got to see Pro Esports. We saw more of Young on Galacticos.
Absolutely. Then in our second match, we saw Vitality stop Falcons going to the semi. Oh wait, that was in my dream.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, wake up, man. So you did sleep a little. I guess you did sleep.
You know, some good sleep. Got that deep sleep. That
MIA
sweet dream.
bot.
Unfortunately, very far from reality. Haji, this man right here, really dominated Vitality a lot of those times with the Selena picks, and I think we're going to see a different prio. I think it's the same for Yangon and Pro, right? Yeah. We're seeing a shift in priority. We're seeing a shift in gameplay as well. Teams that just stick to their identity, rely on their strengths instead of trying to play the meta game all the way, find more success so far in the knockout stage. So I'm wondering now if day number 2 of knockout stage will be a similar, you know, routes for a lot of these teams. So again, rely on their identity, or do they still try to stick onto the meta?
Yeah, day 1 of knockouts really proved even more my theory for this meta, that you have to be very creative. It's good for you to have your identity locked in with the idea that you just have enough flexibility to keep it within what you know, but leave some surprises for your opponents. And Falcons definitely surprised Vitality, especially Haji. Performances on the Selena, the Farsa, a hero we thought that couldn't make it in this meta, showing up. Oh, crazy. You can see the reaction of Brigadier Gideon right there.
Oh, man. And you know what? There's a lot of things that we got from yesterday, from the Barat's first pick memes to all of the surprise that went with Philippines continuing on in this tournament. Many people doubted Team Falcons PH coming into it because they were the 2nd seed. The 1st seed, Team Liquid PH, had gone out, but look at that sweet, sweet revenge. They crushed the keys of Team Vitality, who came into this being looked at as the stronger squad. But that means that there is still one last representative from Indonesia who will be playing today. today, and the Philippines move on. The implications, though, guys, were much bigger for that, because if you look at that chart, congrats Na'Vi so far, but Vitality in third, Falcons in sixth. When you look at those two teams, and even Aurora Gaming in eighth, who we'll see later on today, the implications are huge, Renmar, especially for that last one, Vitality going out.
Yeah, I probably could have gotten that kill. I feel so bad now.
Yeah, they have a chance to make it into the
Man,
top 5.
Like
I think for Falcons, they even have a run for making it within the top 2. If they win this tournament, they could even end this week with top 1 in the club championship rankings.
Well, this is a great showcase. Thank you so much, Aramco, for these club championship power rankings. We had a chance to catch up with Chris a little bit after that.
A small club championship update from myself after what happened last night on our stage. Now, it got seriously interesting, didn't it? Between, of course, Vitality and Falcons in a huge moment in the club championship. We're going to have a little look around at the totem and just see how things are going. But as far as things are concerned, throughout the rest of this week, we have some big games for Falcons specifically. We're talking about Street Fighter, we've got Overwatch, and we've got Call of Duty. So not only did they beat Vitality yesterday, it's put them in a good position now to potentially overtake them and maybe see themselves on the top spot. They are favorites in 2 of those games that we have going on throughout the rest of the stages. Let's see what they can do. Right now, they're sitting in 6th place. They are less than 1,000 points behind. So a couple of wins here and there may well propel Falcons to the very top. Teams like Na'Vi, who are very much sitting in that 1st place spot, don't really have too many more games. Have they potentially peaked too early? Falcons are the team, though, that potentially could get themselves over the line and into 1st place for the very first time. Let's see if it's going to happen. It's a big week in the club championship. We'll be keeping you up to date with everything we possibly can throughout the next few days.
Well, the beautiful thing is, those fans as well, very beautiful. We've had so many great fans over these last days, guys. It's been awesome. The energy has been electric here, and I cannot wait to continue to see what today provides. That last match today going to be incredible, but fans already filling in pretty early in the morning. And Renmar said,
yeah, it's always a great vibe with all the fans here around.
You don't really think of MLBB as a European game, but the Europeans are showing up here from everywhere in the continent, and it's great to see.
A lot of Filipinos as well. It's just
we're everywhere.
And they're coming here to support Falcons again, doing such a good job at it as well, especially as they won yesterday. I just got to keep reminding myself.
Yeah, they did. I know. Yeah.
Over Vitality.
Yeah, Mirko had some tough moments accepting that key crush. Here it is for one of the teams. Yangon Galacticos took down Pro Esports, who made a great run, but it would be Yangon who would really show their dominance in that set and make a claim for being one of the strongest teams here, undefeated so far. When you look at this one, Mirko, I mean, Vitality, obviously on that side, but to be honest, Falcons from the very get-go showed that they had a better pace and understanding of the meta so far.
Yeah, I think all the way from the group stage as well, right? They were the ones actually dictating the tempo of the game. It was just Vitality who were able to beat them in the later stage of the game.
Yeah, Team Falcons, PH, and Yangon will face off. This will send one team home. That is not going to be an easy match. Yangon, again, undefeated. They look like one of the strongest teams, I kept saying, in the galaxy, because Galacticos, how can I not think that way? But now we go on the other side of the bracket, gentlemen. It's Team Vamos versus Team Spirit to kick us off. You already saw some Team Spirit fans in the house, and we also have Aurora Gaming versus Onyx. That is going to be an incredible matchup as well. And I want to remind you that if you think you know who's going to win, we've had some upsets. This has kind of been the MSC of the unpredictable. Make sure to get your pick'ems in. You can earn your share of $300,000 and the opportunity to just say you were right. I mean, which is, I think every human being wants to say that as well. Also, another thing, before we get started, it's still Rhino Day. This day continues. It keeps on going. Make sure to get your emotes. If you don't get your emotes by now, you just don't deserve them, because we've been telling you every single day. It's Rhino Day. All right, gentlemen, let's start talking about this matchup, get into these players, because, of course, it's Team Vamos and Team Spirit. They arrived earlier in the building. Renmar, what's your take just heading into this one?
Well, I'm looking more at Team Spirit and asking them, have you rediscovered yourselves? Was the GZG and, of course, the loss to Vamos the wake-up call that you needed to get you back in form so that you have a shot at solidifying yourself in the top 4 and maybe making a run for the grand finals? Because Vamos look like they're just a team that completely know who they are and how they wanted to play heading into MSC.
And it almost just seems like after seeing their chaotic team fights, after seeing their weird identity, their awkward style of team fighting as well in MPL Malaysia, that they would just do well in internationals, right? Going up against these teams who are just so good at controlling that slow tempo game, playing it discipline. but then the patch hit and everything turned around. Even for Vamos, they felt the confidence. They played on scrims. They have their own identity now, and it's so weird to see because it's such a big contrast compared to Team Spirit, who again, coming into this tournament was also favored. Everybody thought, all right, how's their discipline style gonna work out? They're gonna probably dominate the group stage, but they didn't. So again, seeing that matchup all over again, seeing Spirit's very slow macro build-up up against a team that just wants to constantly pick these brawls and bring it onto you. I'm excited. I'm excited to see if, again, like you said, Renmar, if Spirit have actually done what they need to do to adapt.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing some. Ooh, they're doing some unique new things for setup. It's like they're testing their reaction time.
That's a Sawo influence.
Yeah, I wish we get to see more of this with our players. Although Sunset Lover with that, hopefully he can catch that. For Vamos, the unpredictability and creativity, I feel like you can also amount it to their head coach in Coach Pakbet. A long-time coach in the Philippines. He was always a guy that we called one of the drafters of the universe, because he would show up with some things that are out of this world, out of this galaxy, and then make it work. And I think that suits Vamos very well in this patch, which is why we see them excel. Why we see them being able to translate how they want to play in the game with their drafts. And it's been a beauty to watch. But with them, there always needs to be a balance. If they lean too hard towards one direction, that's where Team Spirit can pounce.
Great preview of these two teams as well. Coming into it, Team Vamos have some of the most electric stars that you will expect in MLBB on stage. And of course, I'm talking about Error 404, Sapat, Klokun, Zekeef, and Natko. This squad is ready to make a dent here at the MSC bracket, but will they be able to go all the way? SRG from Malaysia really all relies on Team Vamos
decisions. Classic League of Legends.
So firstly, Team Vamos started at season 14 MPLMY, and
then
we qualified to M6.
Game one's already
When
started.
I left,
You're kidding me. No
they
way,
never qualified to international tournament anymore. I'm joined back to Team Vamos middle of season 17, and we made it. We go to MSC right now.
No, that was highlights. That was highlights from last time. From yesterday.
For season 17, Team Vamos is a last minute roster, right? For me, I think going to EWC is a miracle.
So when we qualify to MSC, I'm so happy and also proud for my team. We expect that Team Falcon Mana will be a strong team also, because they make it to the main stage and we just focus on our strength.
We will not underestimate them. We treat them like all other teams and we will give our best.
Just keep improving in our practice. Bring a new meta.
SRG always get the podium, right? In top 3 in every tournament. Number 2 of Malaysian team need to step up to become like them. If we doesn't have SRG, then Malaysia is like nothing, right?
Keep improving and keep climbing slowly. Just prove them that we can be a strong contender in this tournament.
In the grand final of MPLM Boys Season 17, we SRG 4-0, and that time Arrow 404 was crying. I feel disappointed with myself because I think I can do much more better.
Oh, what the heck?
I
Twitch clip that.
dream to help my mom, especially about money, right? So being able to be here at EWC, it's like dreams come true. The prize pool is so big. I think that is big enough to help my mom.
So just keep believing us.
I think this is the second time I hit that too.
Live you.
Classic League of Legends.
Talking about helping his mom there. It's an amazing story, and I think that you can tell there's so much energy around Error 404 in this team. Whether it's the highs of the emotion of qualifying, whether it's the lows of crying and finding stability with his teammates, that's an amazing journey. But when you look on the flip side of things, they're going up against Team Spirit, and this is a different journey. A team that had an identity but lost it after they faced a few tough matches earlier on. Hopefully, some of the changes that they've made to allow Kid Bamba to do what he needs to do. And Zaur Egoist, who is the youngest player in this entire tournament, hopefully, in the jungle, they can find a way to fly.
Team's still winning, how can I flop? On the rise and it just can't drop.
I joined Team Spirit in the very first season and in MCC, and then we won 5 seasons in a row.
Bridges burn, tables turn, highs and lows, gotta figure it out.
Oh, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to smoke.
So in this MSC we have Zaur Geist in jungle and not
Oh,
one
he
shot,
does
and
now. Ooh,
I think
okay.
Zaur is just young talent like
He wants me to
Donkey
get in there. I'm not
CS2,
gonna
and
go in there.
he
What the
have
heck?
better communication with team. His mechanics are also great, so we trust him a
Are
lot.
we even? No, we're not beating.
It's not that we didn't want to work with him earlier. It's just that it so happened that everything came this way, and he's only in the team now. But obviously, the good thing about him is that he's 16, and obviously very talented. So I have high hopes for him. It's really going to come down on how he's going to feed in the game.
For Onyx Philippines and a heartbreak for
Dude,
Team
the
Spirit
fear,
when they had the
like
lead.
without the
I mean,
MIA
if you've been
thing
watching
from
MSC up to this
EVO,
point, you
it was
know
so scary.
even if you have a
because
7,
then
8,
you have to like
10,000
type
goal lead,
while you're
the
doing
game
this,
can
and you have to
still
be
turn
fast.
around.
It's very sad to lose like that.
What's even crazier is that I'm not even like
last game,
the
we had a
best.
10K goal lead and then
The rest of the world, we have been known as a team that's more concentrated on
we're gonna run down.
their
Oh,
micro,
okay, nice.
more on fighting. We
Nice,
tilt,
nice,
we
nice.
choke. That's the
Traditional
opinion of the
category
other
game.
teams.
Traditional
But this year, this tournament, we have new goals, and we really have been working
I have like
on
zero
our
match
attitude to
awareness
get
because
better
we have zero
in game and outside of the
points,
game.
but it doesn't matter.
So
It looks
I
like they
really
just
hope
want
that
one
we won't
lane,
let the fans
honestly.
down, and that
I
we're
just
gonna give a
want
good
bot lane.
show.
I like how I'm the one who's getting the jump most.
This MSC we hope to prove that we can beat tier 1 teams in South Asia, like
In a way,
That's kinda
starting
OD.
from zero, but also in a way,
MIA.
knowing from your past experiences and trying to improve every game.
I feel like I have a good. I still feel like I lack.
we
in a
always
lot of things.
confident,
I'm still
but
slow with
this
things.
time it will be like better results and not only words.
Well, on the side of Vamos representing Malaysia's last hope here and trying to make sure that they can move on to the semifinals. On the
Oh
flip
my God.
side,
Not
Team
me
Spirit from
missing
EECA
yes,
recently,
again.
in just the last several years, able to
I would
compete
always
here
like
at MSC.
not want to use
Now
skills
trying to
because
figure
I,
out if
I
they've
would never get
moved
anything
past the
back
title
from
of
it,
gatekeeper
basically.
and can now enter the gate. They've been unfortunately locked in themselves, locked out themselves by the
I would
Philippines
hit
or
that with an
Malaysia
old.
or
I would hit
Indonesia.
that
Will
with
it be
an
the same
old,
story here
but
today?
Not,
Well,
not,
I'm pretty
not
sure
in the new
that's
days.
the
of
biggest chip
you
on their shoulder.
knowing how to
But
play
they
League of
definitely
Legends.
have to get past that
If
hurdle,
you just
especially
known-
since last
like,
year
it'd be
their
cool to
loss
hit
was
it,
shocking
but
to
it'd
them.
be cool to
They
save
haven't made
it
it the
for
top 4 in
something better.
MSC just yet at EWC.
Oh my gosh, look
And
at that. That was
this has to be it,
Ocean.
especially after the loss that they
see-
suffered
you
against
see,
Vamos
guys,
in
that
the
little
group stage.
flash, the little
This
goal?
is the
That's
proving ground. This is the
Ocean.
time to really step
That's
up.
how
And
you
as
know
Hiko
you're
said,
OP.
put
If
action
you
into
had
the
like a
words.
little strike
Hey,
that
they had the
was like a
Vamos
dot.
run in the group stage, right? They were the ones that
Steady.
actually went undefeated last year.
Yep.
They were the ones that chose
my
Onyx
God,
Philippines,
I'm
and that's
missing
why it
farm
hurt so
still.
bad for them that they
I'm not doing
lost
so good with
earlier.
farm
I mean,
still.
we saw the clip, Bomba devastated by that loss.
Yeah.
Oh,
Against
what's
Vamos this
crazier
time
than
around, they're
that,
coming in
though,
as
guys,
the
is
underdogs,
that
and I always feel like for
literally
these regions,
I'm doing bad
Spirit,
in farm,
Aurora even,
but I'm
and
just doing so
Yangon,
good
they
right
do
here.
better
That's like
when not a lot of people are actually thinking
itself.
they will win. Now looking at the votes, though.
There are a lot of people who think Team Spirit are going to win. 73% of you
I'm
think Team
surprised.
Spirit is going to win. Why do you think that is? I mean, you mentioned yourself, Mirko. Vamos coming in. I would say Vamos seemed to be the stronger team coming into this.
Same. For Team Spirit, they went through that journey of, okay, we are this, but then they went down. It's a journey of self-discovery. Meanwhile, Vamos has been consistent. Now they're at that point where they're innovating.
Yeah.
Our Spirit now at that point where they can match that, because if not, then they're going to be falling behind in the drafts.
We are so lucky to be able to see a meta like this evolve. We reached 70 unique heroes. I think 90 is the number we wanted to reach. We still have a few days, and we'll see how many games this goes. Yesterday's games were quite short, but today, do you think we're going to get to our final best of 5? Do you think we're going to see some 4 or 5 game sets here?
I think so. I think especially for our second match, right? This
Yeah.
match, it really comes down to who gets a tempo. I feel like if Vamos stomp Spirit game number 1, we might be on track for a 3-0.
Oh!
But if Spirit were able to, again, slow it down, then we can get those 4 or 5 games in.
And you know what? Also, I think Zaur Egoist and Air 404, we talk about this. Who's going to take over? Because initially it was Ferrari, and now that conversation has completely changed, Renmar.
Yeah.
Oh, the brutal lighter.
It's going to be a little bit more difficult, I feel like, for Zaur, because now you have to keep up options for
This is what Old
utilities
Guardian 8 looks
open.
like. That's
Error
crazy.
404 has just been on an
Man,
absolute
oh,
tear,
man.
incredible incredibly talented. But I'm looking more in the gold lane. We need to feel some Hiko Mania up in here so Team Spirit has a chance. I feel like take him away from the Claude, put him into faster scaling gold laners.
I agree. You know, putting him on a winning matchup puts Sour on a hero that can capitalize on that. We were talking about it earlier, or not earlier, yesterday, about those picks for Young Galacticos as well and for Pro. So right now for Spirit, it's the same thing. Set your side lanes up for success and capitalize with an assassin.
We've been focused so much on the jungle and the EXP because that's kind of the natural symbiotic relationship. But the gold lane has proved to be the answer or the problem. Which one will it be for Team Spirit and Team Vamos? Both teams coming in with a lot to prove. Let's kick it over to the stage and begin our Series 1 of the day.
No way, that's not gonna hit, yeah. Alright, where's the chat though?
Dude, Milosh, Marco.
Are you okay?
No,
is it?
It's
oh,
no!
Oh, he knows.
I think he stole it outside.
You my goats, bro. My goats. That's my goats, bro.
It's okay. It's look, they'll be so much better. M series, right? It's a few months.
No, they won't, bro.
Oh my god.
Are you talking like Vitality?
No, you can't say that.
I'm sorry.
He's already heartbroken. No, they'll be okay. They'll be fine.
Look at my goats.
Wait,
dude, I thought you'd be used to it by now.
Hey, look, you can't do that. This is a private moment. Yes, my friends, heartbreak, tears left on the cutting room floor, and that is only the beginning of our knockouts. Yesterday, day number 1 sent 2 teams home, and what a way to say goodbye to Team Vitality. The Bees have buzzed away back, and on the other side, well, YG, they had a hell of a day, Rose.
Yes, indeed, Milosh. But today, we will find out the last 2 semi-finalists that will be competing for the grand finals ticket tomorrow. Today, 2 best of 5 will unfold here at MSC at EWC 2026. 2 keys will be shattered and 2 will continue their journey.
It's the beauty of the tournament here, and it's a beauty that we have so many, well, pretty much every single rematch that you could ever ask for inter-regional, and that's what makes MSC so damn special. But we got our day ready to go.
Yes, indeed. So, for our first matchup of the day, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Malaysia's finest, Team Vamos!
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention for sure. What?
This is what they call a last-minute roster who now carries the hope and dreams of Malaysia on their shoulders. They have defied the odds by taking down favorites and showing the world what they are made of. But can they continue flying? Can they win the matchup they asked for? Will Hala Vamos come out on top?
It's a big ask, but if anything, we're getting the best part of it all.
I like how he
because their opponents are ready to roll. Please join me in welcoming Team Spirit! They've made statement after statement in MLBB, but failed to stop the Vamos rising tide in the jungle in our group stage. The Dragon, my friends, hungers for victory. The Egoist yearns for a second chance. And revenge.
Why are we going back?
Oh, it smells like
Team because I don't have any better. Okay.
You know what, Milosh? Will the gatekeepers gatekeep or will they be gate-kept? Only one way to find out, boys. You may place your keys and take your seats. And of course, to our captains, don't forget to meet in the middle for a little handshake, fist bump, or maybe nothing at all.
We'll see what we get out of it. They asked for this matchup. Respect between our teams, gatekeeping, slay queening, and they're ready to get into it.
Only one will head to the semi-final, and the other, he's crushed just like their dreams.
I missed my cue.
So
I could have
who
got it.
will come out on top? Only one way to find out. Let's head over to the land of dawn.
The first half of MSC
Look, I know
2026 knockouts.
I will be getting there soon. I promise you guys.
Day 1
I will be getting there soon, chat.
2 long-awaited rematches. First, with Yangon Galacticos denying Pro Esports revenge, securing Myanmar's second top 4 finish since MSC 2022 without dropping a single game.
And just like that, Yangon Galacticos remain undefeated. Vicious win, a sweep in the quarters.
In match 2, revenge was served as Team Falcons PH eliminated Team Vitality. Now, Team Falcons PH are just one step away from returning to the grand finals.
Team Falcons, after losing the first game, will now make it to the next stage here in the knockout stage.
Our story continues into day 2. First
That
with Team
OD.
Vamos versus Team Spirit. Team Vamos were the first to choose during the draw. Can their gamble pay off, or will Team Spirit make history by breaking into the top 4?
He could
of
do that,
NXT?
but he can't backdoor. An old league, old backdoor is not
Comes our
good.
match of the day. Aurora Gaming versus Onyx. A rivalry that started
Yeah,
in
old
MSC
backdoor is not good
2025.
in
While
old
the
League of
MSC
Legends. It was not the
2023
same.
champions still haven't found redemption. Aurora Gaming stands as the tournament favorite to win it all. 2 teams will rise, 2 teams will fall. Who
Yeah,
will rise
old
above?
backdooring is not good in League of Legends. Oh,
I didn't realize what it
Say that.
smelled like until Milos said it. Like Team Spirit.
Like
That was a
teams
good
still
one,
work
man. We're
over
listening to some
everything.
jams as well. Shout out Nirvana and shout out what they will be feeling, which is exactly
Alright.
that if they can get a win.
Oh, I got
Either
my
side
grip.
stands
I
to
got-
gain so much, but
I got
also
my
stands
fill. I
to
got my
lose it.
fill. I definitely got my fill.
EECA
All right.
and
See,
Malaysia,
we are going
Team
to
Vamos,
the EWC
and
now.
Air 404. Can they continue the dominance? They saw that matchup against Zaur Egoist go the way of Aero 404 so heavily that they need to do something about it this time around, Mirko.
Maybe it was because they were
I know
behind
we
the
all
meta,
want
right? Because
to
for
get
Air 404, they
to
were
see
able to,
our
again,
crazy
lock in the
raccoons
Hiraras, play around these
against
comfort
PlayStation
picks, these
Gaming
heroes that
for
are
an
just
NA match, which is
purely
kind of
strong.
crazy again.
Now that we're seeing it, I mean, in day number 1 on knockout stage, Ling completely disappeared.
Yeah.
I think that could have been kind of like a misread of the meta for a lot of teams in the group stage, picking up the Ling and doing well with it. Maybe because of placebo, just thinking, oh, Ling's good, dude.
Yeah, it seems like teams really read into it because Nolan's even more of an option to Ling now.
Alright.
Teams are willing to completely just snub Ling, looking at the other problem heroes instead. Let's see if that will still come into
Alright.
effect, considering that the matchup
Alright,
is
y'all, we are
Error
here,
404
back at the
versus
EWC.
our Egoist.
Perfect.
I just want to point out, again, ever since we got here, it's been that overwhelming feeling of, I can't believe MLBB brought us out here. Who'd have thunk we will be in a live audience filled with a bunch of people cheering for Team Spirit as they go up against Vamos. MLBB brought us here, bro.
It's a beautiful thing. And what EWC has done this year, I mean, just incredible. Being in Paris, the quick transition, I mean, how hard must that have been? But it's all led to these little things. And we talk about the little moments, right? The little decisions. And I know it's kind of a meme from yesterday, but the Barats is also a big part of
Yes.
Team Spirit. And Kid Bumba is a big part of making this team be the success that we know they can be. My question is, after seeing yesterday, having gone 3 wins with Barats and no losses, do we see the same prioritization? Does that become an Achilles heel that they play into, or do they go, wow,
I
let's
gotta
pull back?
see. Wow,
I feel like
that's
as
so dumb.
long as they don't stretch it to its
Alright.
limit, maybe for a game or two, if they want to
Whatever.
prioritize it, sure. But the moment it stops working,
Yeah, I wasn't sure
change
about
your
that.
priorities.
I honestly
We were
was still
talking
playing how
about
I
it with
used to
Vitality
play.
yesterday, and Shogun, he was fantastic on the Barons.
Fun,
But
fun,
eventually,
fun.
Falcons
Fun
read
games,
into
fun
it,
games,
and it became even more demanding for the
Classic
EXP
League of
laner
Legends.
to pull off properly.
You see, there's one thing
Oh, they got
about utilizing
Darius.
these flex picks, right? It's great if you can actually utilize it well. If you don't, it just becomes too one-dimensional.
That's right.
If you look at Vitality, the way they
Oh,
utilize
you
the
can get
Barats,
skin.
it was first pick, but it was never played in the jungle. So
Right. Yeah.
it was never a flex pick in the minds of Falcons PH either. They
Very
were like, all right, the
far
Barats gonna
skin.
go straight
Wow.
XP, especially then with the Paquito, right? They just kept on putting in jungle. The one game they won, it was in goal, but then after that, it was just, again, kind of a habit for them to pick up the Barats, but always put an XP. So now, if we want to see Spirit
Otherwise,
pull up those
yeah,
flex
otherwise
picks,
playing.
we need to see it in more roles than one.
Otherwise
They
playing
need to be
all League
able
of
to
Legends.
utilize
And
that
I'm getting
flexibility
still
of the pick.
blackballed
Yeah,
and
and
ignored.
I will double
So
down
that's
on that.
like
That
old
if
League of
ever
Legends.
Spirit want to make this a little bit more difficult for
Okay.
Vamos to read out
Alright,
the
we're going back
draft,
to streaming.
then
We're going
first
back
pick
into modern
Barons
day,
and then
the
shock
real
the
world,
by putting it
y'all.
into the hands of Zaur Egoist.
Alright.
You're not gonna expect
Man,
that
I
at
hate how
all.
we have two
Wow.
NA
expect
teams
That
playing
goes the only
against each
Indonesian
other for
gold
this.
laner still competing in the MSC
Oh,
2026 knockout stage. Wow.
Vertical.
All right.
One of the 2 Indonesian imports over there on Team Vamos. Oh yeah,
We
for
do,
a
have
second
we do have an ID team in Onyx, but I guess
Yeah.
not an Indonesian gold laner.
Yeah, at first I was thinking, no wait, They have an Indonesian gold laner in Onyx. Wait, no, that's Kelra. He's Filipino.
He's Filipino.
Silvero was part of this lineup last year, but no longer. Natco's been amazing, by the way. I just gotta say, in MPL Malaysia, mechanically, even in MPL Indonesia, when he played for EVOs, mechanically he's always great. It was just the decisions that he would make in the lane and in around these team fights where it was just too bombastic.
Yeah.
I love that. This meta really rewards bombastic, really rewards taking those gambles. So, hey, love the Natco playstyle so far.
Yeah. So we're actually having a little bit of a delay in the draft, so we're going to come back to it when it's ready. You might have seen a couple of hero shots. We will let you know when it is all set. One of the interesting things about these teams, when you go into the statistics, and you mentioned flexing, Paquito has been played in gold twice for Team Spirit. Hiko has won both games. And so if you use, really, I think Paquito a little bit more in this matchup, Renmar, do you open up a lot more options for Team Spirit to catch the edge?
Exactly. If you pick up the Paquito, you have options to flex it if ever. Right now, though, we're probably not going to see it in this specific game.
Yeah, but you're cheating. You're cheating because you're looking.
No, but we gotta.
Yeah, but we don't know, though. The audience doesn't know yet what's happening, so we're just creating questions.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We read it out.
Here we go.
There we go. Finally.
Now you guys can see. We can see here, but not for you guys. So here we go.
Okay, we didn't know that was actually banned out. So even Vamos was considering, okay, the Paquito is an option for Hiko is way too good, so let's take it out. In Spirit, I feel like this is smart. They take away the Freya, but it is quite questionable to me as why they would ban out the Valentina in the first place and why they're willing to give the Atlas without a direct answer to it. That might come back to bite them. But as you look at the bans, even Vamos respected the Barrett's capability, and Sawa was great on the Marcel up against Ignite. I am always a big fan of Guinevere coming out early, and Vamos might be able to set tempo with that high crowd control row mid trio in the beginning.
Yeah, they have really crazy crowd control. If they're able to actually land those skills onto Team Spirit, it's going to be troublesome. But again, usually when you go for these combos, you lose out on a bit of that counter matchup, right? And it does feel like Team Spirit are already going to be building towards that. Those strong side laners. They pick up the Esmeralda. The Paquito and the Barats were already banned out earlier. Now they get rid of the Arlet. The Freya was also taken out. I feel like the Valentina ban was more of respect to Clockhood. He's been having phenomenal games on that Valentina. And again, for Spirit, it's all about enabling Bomba as well. They ban out the Melissa too, trying to give Zara Egoist more space, Bomba as well, to really penetrate through this front to back that Vamos seem like they're building for Natco.
Interestingly enough, some of the pre-show talking points, Paquito banned, as Renmar mentioned, Barat's also banned. One of the only games we saw Marcel played and won, that was Team Spirit, so they banned that one out. That's not too surprising. Moskov coming in late alongside the Melissa, focusing on the gold lane, so we probably won't have anything crazy. But one of our only games we've seen Atlas let through. So 3 really strong heroes to start off. Claude joining the roster of Team Spirit. Ooh. And a Brody response.
It's really looking like Vamos just won across the board. High crowd control, row mid trio that could give a lot of difficulty for this Assassin Herrera early on. The Brody into the Claude. They might have already just won with 4 out of the 5 picks.
Wow, that's how strong you feel it is.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, what can Spirit do here? Hiko still has that final pick.
Yeah. Gold lane's already picked up with the XP. Now it's all about the mid lane. So,
what about a Eudora?
At this point, I don't think the Eudora,
she's
not against the Guinevere and the Atlas right now. You're going to have to go for a little bit more poke, maybe range as well. It wouldn't be too crazy for them to actually play with the Yves, but the Bene should stop. Wait, that's a Khalid, never mind. We've been seeing this, by the way. Benedetta Khalid. Wait, so is that is Benedetta? Because the name is Benedetta, the image is Khalid.
Yeah, it looks like it's Benedetta.
Okay, it's Benedetta.
No, you know what's funny? This has happened a lot.
It happened yesterday too.
Yeah.
So we're looking for mid guys. I think could be. I mean, we saw Farsa showing up really well.
I was thinking of Farsa or Yves against the Brody, but the Benedetta should already stop that, and that's why they're gonna have to go with the safer choice in the Vixana, try to peel away against the Atlas and the Guinevere.
Yeah. All right. This Vixana pickup, I feel like, was the great balance of it all, but then you have to pick up Purify, which means you won't have the flicker, but at least you'll have the counter engage with the fear right up in front, and then the knockup from your ultimate. I still feel like we're gonna see Vamos take control of this game. That Roman trio is deadly.
If the team fights are all AoE, and if Vamos can force those 5v5s, I agree. But if Spirit can utilize those lanes and punish them before the team fights, they can do it.
They've been punished in the lane before. We saw Kimbamba sometimes lose that start. But if he can get it, is Team Spirit the team to beat here? Team Vamos comes in as the favorite, but you think it's going to be Spirit. Let us know in the chat again if you think that's going to go that way as we kick off for Series 1, Game 1. And it's going to be, I believe, Leo and Trex.
Hola and privyet, everyone watching from all over the world. This is the opener for Day 2 of Knockouts. Team Spirit facing off against Vamos. It's Trex and Leo at your service.
I am extremely excited for this series here. Yesterday we had some fast ones, a 3-0, a 3-1. I got a feeling this one could honestly go the whole distance, Leo.
I'm glad to see that despite the rocky road that Team Spirit had to go through in the groups, they've evolved. The past 72 hours since we last saw them in action has seen them evolve their drafting patterns, which our panel actually did well to point out, looking at the emblems right here. Did you see this Vexana coming through?
I mean, debatable, but this is one of those picks that we saw one before. It has worked. It has given some options, especially against something that wants to kind of more walk towards you or dash towards you. It's not the most, and the non-flicker mages are kind of coming back too.
And she is forced to flicker here, given all of the straight lines that Vamos are drawing through. The heart of the lineup, Sepat on that Benedetta. Error 404 on a Guinevere that can literally find you wherever you are. And of course, Zequif, who could just find massive Fatal Links, who can only really be purified by Kid Bamba and Hiko. Looking at this matchup, Nako versus Hiko. It's weird that this long in the tournament, we haven't really seen Hiko Mania take off.
We haven't at all. And even last World Championship, I feel like we haven't really seen Hiko in that prime state. It's been a couple tournaments, for me at least. The Hiko that we once knew that was extremely aggressive. And I don't know if it's just Team Spirit taking a more passive route. We had that interview with Bamba not too long ago where he was like, I just want to go even in my lane. I don't even need to win it. And I think Team Spirit is trying to get that discipline. But I think right now what we need to see them is the aggression. They need to know when's the right time to push it in.
Even 2 minutes in between these two teams that we expected a lot of aggression from. The turtle seems to be a fragile dance. Sepat gets spotted up by Sawa, pulled out off camera.
Hunter plays against Space Station Gaming. It's kind of sad. It's a North American final against North American.
And I think it's a good trade. When you're able to get some traction in the gold lane, sometimes it can be worth giving up that turtle. Zardo is going to take a little bit of damage. Should be able to get away from this. He's on the Harara. Nothing major. And Team Spirit, even after losing the turtle, take the gold lead. Zar with a quick gank down. Nako tries to get away, but the Retri gets the slowdown and helps secure that first blood.
2v1 with Team Spirit getting a 500 gold lead off that exchange. I still can't say it's worth it.
The $1 million tournament for Overwatch, bringing together all the top
trade, but looking at EXP diff, this puts him up by almost a full XP bar up. Zarigo is off to a great start. Sawa's still not at level 4.
Because they changed their name. They changed their name to Crazy Raccoons.
So this is something that I think we have to consider. Zekeef can just jump in, grab these two since Sunset Lover does not have one. Oh, massive Requiem!
Yeah, their whole 100 brand is like way too old now, so they changed it to the actual Crazy Raccoons. And everyone likes that a lot better.
Rotation down. It's actually surprising. He's out-rotating the Benedetta right now. He's winning out in lane as well. Team Spirit making some plays on the map.
Contrary to what he mentioned in an interview, you said he just wants to go even. This is not even at all. He's literally bullying Sepat, moving faster elsewhere, and I think that's what allowed for that 2v1 down bottom. There was a lot that Vamos was dealing with on the other half of the map.
That's a good art.
But now, with that kill into Vamos' hands as well, things have kind of evened out.
Yeah.
Sepat, this is the first Benedetta we've seen in the XP lane so far. We haven't seen a Benedetta picked up.
We've seen it a lot in MWI.
We definitely did. Whoa! Another knock-up, another violent Requiem. Sepat lands them time after time.
I think Sugar Free's like,
continues to be targeted and flickers away, and Zarigo is able to respond with a kill of his own.
Brave Smite. Mind you, this is not a revitalized Belleric. He just went up, punched him straight in the face, stole some life and flickered back.
Didn't they have
the
Tracer have like old ability and then
showing
there's like
a lot of
ability that you can use?
Goes down.
Wasn't the new ability
as Vamos scrambles, Team Spirit going to be able to get a little bit of a placehold on this turtle now. Air 4-4 is not even in contest for Vamos knows
ability. Remember old ability Tracer?
This is the aggression we were looking for. Team Spirit finding plays on the map.
All right, throughout the group stage, I figured that one-step conversion was the key, and how's about this for one step? One misstep, A failed bait.
Overwatch 2 tracer, or I don't know, they
into
call it
a
Overwatch
turtle take
2022
means Team Spirit
compared
now,
to
everything they're
other
building
Overwatch.
up to is worth it. I'd say 1,000 gold. That's enough evidence to say that the first 5 minutes belong to them.
What's amazing about that last play too is Sawo willing, knowing I'm gonna hang
No,
out
like,
just a whoa, another battle requiem.
I don't know what they call it. Modern. How about modern Overwatch compared to old Overwatch? I think that's the best way to call it. Didn't modern Overwatch have a different tracer than
Should be okay. Able
modern?
to get away very clean, and this is what we were talking about with Kid Bob up in the CXP lane. Just dominating down on the boss side though. Hiko with a nice blazing duet. The key forced to go back onto the tower. Nako wants to try to get involved in this as Clocken walks up as well. Team Spirit though got what they came for. They cut the wave. They're back on the map.
Approaching 2,000 gold mark. The Dragons are soaring towards a strong mid-game berth. Treks throughout the group stage. Team Spirit has had a love-hate relationship with the Claude. It's a good hero on Hiko, don't get me wrong, it's just they've always paired it with a weird Ling or a lineup that's always dead on the other half of the map, but this time,
you know what's funny?
I'd say
They're
with Kid
calling
Mama
our
finding his
NA
new footing, getting a
entire
little more of
region
that
for Overwatch.
Bomba swag.
They're saying NA.
I think the Claude is doing much better
nearest
for
airport.
them.
Yeah, and I'm just happy to see Hiko on a marksman again, obviously. A nice pick on Sawo. Sawo will be okay, but the knock-up in response to the Eternal Guard.
Yeah, that's the only reason why
forced to
I
run away
feel
once
like that's
again.
the only reason why they're there.
Continue. Oh, but wait a second, from the bottom. Someone comes in with a beautiful blazing duet from Hiko as well. The kill on Nanako secured.
There's gotta be some part of Vamos that thought, let's not put purifies on our heroes. We're gonna be the aggressors, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Farming.
It's just, I don't think they expected Team Spirit to be this aggressive. Looking at this lineup, you're thinking, hey, Hiko won't be as in your face. Sunset Lover will be keeping himself 6 scarce. But that's not what's happening. Team Spirit has picked up the pace. This is not the same Team Spirit we saw in the groups.
Yeah, and it's like they see every single attack coming before Vamos can do it. Here comes Kid Bomba, though. Sawo as well with a nice Wrath of Druid. On to Nako and Sepas. Unable to get an angle in, but Sawo taking a lot of damage. Torn apart memories, secures the kill onto Sawo. Now Hiko comes in, able to find Sepat. Air 4-4 as well. Will go down. Zakif holding back as Team Spirit loses the turtle, but comes out and wins and kills.
1 for 1, I'd say a roamer for an XP laner. 9 times out of 10 is a good trade. Team Spirit now up 3,000 gold, pushing top lane in tier 1. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go down. Bottom lane as well. Look at how well Spirit took this fight. That one pickoff, that one trade, the fact that Sawo got his ult right where he wanted it means Team Spirit was gonna go where they wanted and get that conversion. Top lane falls eventually.
Team Spirit not only winning out in gold, but winning out on the map as well. And as I was saying, it feels like every time Vamos wants to make a play happen, Team Spirit knows it's coming and is so quick to respond. From about the second fight we saw happen where Saw was able to get that flicker away to down in the bot lane, when Zaur shows up in the nick of time, every time Team Spirit is right on top of it.
So far, Hiko is just everywhere. Needs to be in the neutral objective pit. He's there. Double waving. He's there. Natko, I can't say the same. Again, taking this down to the fact of it's hard for them to get vision, and it's hard for them to get the engages that they need to, since they're both thinking, we need to find the perfect fatal links, and we need to threaten Sunset Lover and Hiko. It's just, Hiko has a Purify. Sunset Lover will be hiding himself up until the very last moment. It's hard for Vamos to play the same pace that they did in the groups to be able to be the #1 team out of all of the teams. Fastest games, cleanest record. They're trying to repair that now. And it's going to start off of Zkeef. I think if Zkeef can, for some reason, pop the Purify on both side laners, then that's a start. It can't be off of Sawo. You can't do Fatal Links on Sawo to start off a combo.
It's very true. I think they definitely need to find those targets, but how do they even get there, right? They don't have huge. I guess you got to get the knock-up from Air 404. Someone needs to bait it out.
It's him and Sepat.
Yeah, somebody has to make it happen. You do have the Petrify as well from Sepat, so there is ways to combos, but it's definitely a lot of checklists to start off these team fights for Vamos.
Lord has spawned lower quarter. Team Spirit are up 4,000 gold. You see a majority of that currently sitting in the jungle.
I think
huge difference.
It depends on who the players are.
2,000 gold. It's a full item. They find one!
Nice falling Star Moon, and Clocken goes down to Zaur. Zakif just watching as his teammate falls. Sepat into the backside as Team Spirit claims over the Lord Pit.
It's difficult because Vamos are, again, trying to find a way to pop those Purifies. Side laners are calling the shots. And Clockun and Natco can't even begin to figure out what to do. Natco just built his Sky Piercer about a minute ago with 0 stacks.
That plays Freya? I don't know. I know the only one that plays good Tracer.
Panic button. These two aren't starting anything until they figure out that silent situation and Ziki finding the perfect entry.
It's a tough entry at that.
It's a grocery list of to-do things against Team Spirit right now.
Get a whole chore list right now. Get everything done, and then you can have some fun after. And they're not able to make it through. Lord coming down the bottom side. Vamos and another big problem with this
Legends in the same UI. I thought it would be like a separate game thing, but no, it's all in the same, all in one League of Legends UI.
It's going to be a little bit harder to shred down these Lords. You don't exactly have a big answer for that right now.
Lord marching through bot, big chubby wave escorted by Hiko.
But if it's own, it has its own stuff though. Like you still have your
slowly
own,
worked on by Sunset Lover.
Like
I think that's it. They're gonna commit Grand Theft Orange.
But it's in the same launcher.
Who they put it on? Oh, Arrow 404 still gets it. Good use of retribution. So Vamos aren't taking this line down.
Yes, they're definitely able to at least defend something, but Team Spirit do such a great job of layering these waves. They take the top tier 2, bottom tier 2, mid tier 2, should fall next as Kimbaba zones away Vamos with that falling Star Moon. Sawo keeping vision as well.
Yeah, they're gonna
Luckily
update
for Vamos, they do keep
their
inhibitors up. Team Spirit not quite done yet.
Oh, even Ziki can stand under 2 seconds of Hiko's basic attacks. In comes Bomba.
Bomba to the backside, maybe a little too deep, but Sawo jumps in and Hiko follows it up with a beautiful blazing duet. Arrow 404 is down, and next will be Sepot and possibly Kakun. But Team Spirit decides to back off. They got what they came for. They take the inhibitor.
3 for 1. Part of the trade, but the fact that Team Spirit are already inside the base, Sour looking for more. Iframes perfectly used, a mid lane, Holy Shield still standing. What is Team Spirit looking to do? Are they just holding Vamos hostage?
Are they looking to end possibly? Whoa! They're going to move in, a lot of damage from Hiko onto Sapat.
Sakif
really comes out though. He does have the fatal links, could be bad. A flicker from Sunset Lover, but he does get grabbed and pulled back. Sawo tries to come in to at least zone. Vamos away, but in comes Sapat, able to get the kill. Now into the backside, Arrow 404 gets the dash as well. Sapat back to base to get some health, and Team Spirit finally decides to get out of town.
This is the first time they actually caught Sunset Lover. One might think the fact that there's an extra body compromises Clockun, compromises Ziki. No, I think that was more of just Team Spirit overstaying their welcome.
Yeah, I think there was the hope that maybe they could end, maybe there would be a big mistake. But Vamos was able to hold it together, and now Team Spirit ends up losing a bit out on that. They could have reclaimed some space in the map. Sunset Lover goes down. Nako getting that kill as well, which is something they need right now because he's got those Sky Piercers. But look at the damage on a Nako. A nice knockup with the Violent Requiem, and down goes Hiko. Arrow 404 able to slow them down a little.
So with Hiko off the map, traded out for a roamer, this is one of the first few jabs that Vamos has actually put up against Team Spirit's chin. I don't think that's enough though to stop him from actually starting up a slow but dominant Lord dance, which is something I love. In the knockout stage, we started the dance again.
Well, that's game
It's definitely been a slower pace, especially even in the groups. We had a little bit of that here and there. A little bit of the macro play. Right now, Vamos does have to worry about that long lane right now. Team Spirit can take it slow. RNG not in the favor of Vamos, with Lord spawning up on top side and that bottom tower going down.
Yep, long lane in control of the Dragons of the North. And Zar Egoist here just doing his darndest. All they can do really, Vamos, is send the Sepat. He's the fastest rotator from the team, besides maybe Zakif. He can try that too, but Sawo looking for the conceal, finding the engagement. 10 seconds off of it. Requiem already?
On a Kid Bomba, but they do by the time. Zaur able to get the Lord, but a lot of damage lands on a Bomba. One more shot, and Nako able to get the kill. Eternal Guard comes down, but Sunset Lover finds a Keef as Hiko looks for an angle in. Vamos still not giving up ground just yet. Team Spirit might want to try to push in. Zaur goes able to get a lot of damage down, but into the backside Sepot. Oh, he forced a flicker, but he went in too deep. Clockun! Crimson Beacon back. Hiko finds him. A nice blazing duet, able to get some nice damage, but Air 4-4 not giving this up, will get taken down for his sins. Staying too long. Team Spirit now looking for the push back in.
3 for 1, massive win for Team Spirit, holding that 8,000 gold lead, waiting for that Lord to spawn. Kid Bomba will be up, Flying Clouds will be a boon to Team Spirit's final push. This could be it, Trex.
Team Spirit, one big hit. They don't have a wave on the top or mid though, so it's all gonna have to come from the bottom here. Sawo comes in, The Purify does pop, but the damage is too much. The keep goes down, and Lord is getting closer. As Zauriga takes Nako down to about half health. Sunset Lover low, so he's forced to back off. Zaur in the backside, able to find Clawkun, and the Lord connects. Immortality pops. Kid Baba there as well with Falling Star Moon onto air, but they're locked on the base, and Vamos still can't defend. The Lord does finally go down, though, and Team Spirit just can't end it yet. Wave gets cleared out. Sepat is the only hope, and a Benedetta might be the only X-Player to be able to do this. Zarigo is escorting that wave. Top lane inhibitor falls. Arrow 404 and 7 holding on the base up next. Team Spirit clean it up for game number one. Very well done at this point. Ending that game with about a 7,000 plus gold lead. Vamos scrambling through most of it.
So
Narmastad Winter is here, finally. The Dragons of the North, shoulder team, and are on the board against Vamos. What a game! I'd say what? A good 80% of that, it was up to Team Spirit.
Completely up to Team Spirit. A few moments where Vamos were able to at least
watch
fight
on the
back,
watch on the back on the
fall
left.
even in team fights, or even a few moments that Team Spirit messed up, like when they stayed a little too long in the base there.
Just a punish.
Crazy Raccoon just said, I'm better than
They were trying to finish.
Dude, Sugar Free.
So far, this is the best shape we've seen Team
It is
Spirit
overtime.
in
It is overtime right now.
2026, even
Don't need to
against
jump on
Guangzhou
it.
in their clincher. They weren't this clean.
Sugar Free down.
They figured out
no,
who they are
this
in
is
this
it.
metagame.
I think this
It's
is might be
Scarlet
it.
Embers 2.0.
I think Space Station's probably gonna lose
Very
this
well
game.
done by Team Spirit.
They're out.
So where do they go
way.
from here, right?
They
Does
just got
Vamos
old.
have a big answer? I'm sure they'll break it down more
Oh
later,
my
but
God.
taking a look at this game, Team Spirit, you said
See,
in
this
the
is
very
why I
beginning,
hate it. I hate to
different,
watch
not
it
just in
in
draft, we got to see a slightly different
type of
variation of the way
final
they want
or
to come
like
into this
type of
game in draft.
matches
But
because
even in their
it's just so
gameplay,
sad.
we wanted aggression from them. Once
And
they
it's like
smelled blood in
not
the water,
all was on
they
their
were
fault.
on
It's
it.
all the
They
regions
continued
like
to fight back.
determination.
Every time Vamos looked
And
for
then
a
the
pickoff, Team
region,
Spirit was there with an
they're
answer.
kind of ruthless. They're like,
This
dude, you suck. You
gives
suck.
me,
I'm like, damn.
Thought for or two. I think our panel should be able to break this down. What's going on with Vamos? They're usually the team, again, that plays the cleanest. The easiest equation, 1 + 1 is equal to 2. They took so many steps to try and figure out how to take down Spirit. Next thing you know, they're doing high algebra. All the while, their base started to get taken down. I'd like to think that there's a lot for Vamos to figure out. We'll leave it to the panel to break it down after game number 1. Rain Day, it's all you.
Thank you, Leo and Trex.
Cool cosplayer though.
Wow, some emotional stuff there. You see Kid Bomba's mom and sister in the crowd reacting to his big win on Team Spirit, as they should. What an incredible start there for them. And as we continue on in this game, the answers are going to now have to be found by Team Vamos as Spirit come out swinging. One of the questions we had, Renmar Mirko, was, will this Claude work again? What can we do to see Hecomania? It was a late game pick, they said, but in just a few minutes, that game was a 7,000 gold lead for Spirit. Claude didn't seem very late game to me there.
Yeah, Spirit decided to expedite the process. They gave up the first turtle and then ganked the Brody, meaning that Hiko was comfortable in the laning phase. That simple little adjustment made huge differences for Spirit.
And it was also just subverting the expectations, right? When you pick up a Claude, it's weak side automatically. The Brody on the other side, you wouldn't really expect Team Spirit to be ganking that lane. Instead, you'd be expecting Team Spirit to actually go and contest for these neutral objectives. So really good eye, really good vision and decision from all of the members there. Because again, even up against the Guinevere, we've seen multiple teams try to double down on neutral objectives against Guinevere, and it doesn't pay off.
And it's not that Guinevere is the guaranteed win on an assassin right now. We know Era 404 can do so much, but we have seen more success with the Harara, and we have seen more success with these different choices. And now it's kind of gone back to it where you see that given to Zaur Egoist, and he has a fantastic game. But break down these stats, guys, because across the board, it was Team Spirit from beginning to end, Mirko.
It really was, man. All the way from the start, it was just fantastic by Team Spirit, the way that they were able to stay away from those team fights, because me and Renmar, we identified it earlier in the panel, right? For Vamos, they have a great composition if they can force the 5v5s, if they can force these brawls to happen together. Spirit, they use that lane dominance, and I really got to give props to that Esmeralda first pick, right? That lane dominance over in XP, that literally just took everything away from Vamos. He was able to rotate faster, he was gapping Sapat, and there was no other choice for Sapat to choose in the XP unless they wanted to completely sacrifice the team fights. Because again, they pick up the Benedetta, they wanted to layer another form of CC with already the Atlas, right? They couldn't do it with any other pick. Say if they wanted to go Dairoth to just counter the Esmeralda, yeah, you would counter the Esme, but then you would lose out completely on those team fights.
Yeah, Vamos had the right thought process, but in the end, because of Kid Bomba being able to dominate the lane, have his presence felt, that alleviated the pressure from Sawa and Sunset Lover. That once they got through that first layer of, okay, we got past Kid Bomba, now we go next. What are we up against? High taunt, high crowd control, Belleric, where of course Sawa was definitely feeling the hype. And then you walk into Sunset Lover's distance, you immediately get terrified, you get comboed, and then you get punished for wanting to dive. We saw that once on the Benedetta. He really wanted to go after Sunset Lover, but Sunset Lover literally stiff-armed him, said no, and then punished Sepat on the Benedetta.
Yeah, it was the MLBB version of a stiff arm there. The big problem, at least from what I saw, was that they had a game plan that they knew was coming up. Team Spirit just said, we're going to avoid giving you any opportunity to come in and Fatal Links with the Atlas. And if you do, you're only going to get our Purifies. So you're not going to be able to do it. You've got to burn it twice. And that was obviously an issue, Mirko. Break down what you saw in that game one.
I need your help, Mr. Red.
All right, I got you, man. I got you.
All right. So for me, I'm just going to go quickly in the drafts, run this through because Renmar will, kind of talk about everything else. So firstly, I really want to talk about this Valentina ban that we saw earlier as well, right? We were talking about it. Renmar was like, oh, why did they ban Valentina? I'm very interested. And after the game, I guess now we understand.
Yep.
They really wanted to trade either the Atlas or the Belleric. And if you leave these two heroes open, you need to ban the Valentina just because, again, whoever gets their hands on the Valentina plus the Atlas or Belleric, you're going to have another ult to play with, the other side, right? So it's either, let's say, Vamos, get the Atlas here. Oh, okay, get the Atlas here. And then the Belleric gets picked up by Spirit. If it's another Valentina, it's going to be that layer that we were talking about. Atlas plus the Wrath of the Dryad. Next thing, it's also just the Esmeralda pickup right after they saw the Barats and the Paquito ban, right? Insta-prio in XP. Not a lot of matchups, and they ban out the Arlet straight up in that second phase. That was the only other guy that could be the layer to help this Atlas Guinevere. Because again, right now, Atlas Guinevere, you're playing around that cycle of Purify. If the Purify is baited out by one, that's cool. But the thing is, as you also pointed out, Mr. Rainday, it was also them just splitting up. Every time you go in, it can only get one Purify.
Right.
Best case scenario, you get two Purifies. Bait it with one skill, but they were always so far apart. Then after that, obviously, it was just the subversion of expectations in the game and their execution to really bait out the Brody to walk forward, Esmeralda getting tempo and all that.
Yep. Well, it's going to be my turn now. Give me a second. All right.
I got you.
All right, thank you. You're going to have to also hold my mic over there.
Teamwork.
All right, it's just, how come I made more old man noises? My age is showing.
I don't know why.
All right, this one. Okay, so we're going to start off with this play here. This is where our two casters, Leo and Trex, are pointing out. You don't always just want to keep going after the Belleric. You're going to have to choose differently. This is the harsh reality towards Vamos where, okay, you can try to combo one, but you will get punished later. Because here in this map, we're going to do a quick little... I'm trying to look for my zoom in button. Oh, there we go. Okay. Give me a sec. Bam. All right. So you watch where Zara Egoist is going to be coming from. We're going to play this play out through the map instead of just the little micro decisions. Team Spirit were happy that this happened because they knew Zara Egoist would be in a position to punish Vamos. And then once they finally realized that, oh, wait, they got no one. We're good to go. You see members slow, and you see where the Brody is. That was the sign for Zara Eagles to go ahead and jump in. That's how they were able to get the second kill here onto the Brody, with the other one coming in from the laning phase after they gave up turtle number one, and then they decided to just gank the bottom lane. So that was a great call by Team Spirit, and meanwhile for Vamos, a little bit desperate. Wrong target, not fully respecting where the Hirara could be coming from, and then they got punished for it. And then the second one would be how Team Spirit also handled this. I love where Sawa and Hiko came from. They decided to conceal from the bottom side of the river, and then with Vamos already set up, again, this is what they want to do. Their formation wants to fight. So they had full setup for the turtle. They didn't know where the Belleric and the Cloud was, although they could surmise that they could be coming from the bottom lane, from an opposite side, which is why they put Clockun over there to potentially sense. But at that point, Sawa's just going to ignore this juice in. Doesn't care. So he'll be able to get a great taunt off. Meanwhile, Hiko locks in into Clockun, and Hiko does a really brilliant BMI trick here. He goes in, he BMIs. Because the Benedetta sees him, Sepat sees him, he decides, you know what? I'm about to go down. Kid Bomba is absolutely destroying me on this Esmeralda. Let's see if we can get this Cloud out here. Force out his Purify. Just a bit. Hiko, bang. Gets out safely. Vamos was scrambled. They decided to just focus a little bit more on the heroes. Arrow 404, as you see, did not even get to use his retribution over there. So that was an easy, clean take for Team Spirit. They got turtle buff. They get some more kills. They get some more fights. Even though Sabo goes down, they get to win the trade overall. They get more kills. They get the objective, and that's a big win.
And Natko's irrelevant. I mean, you circled in on the retribution, but you also saw Natko back there, full health. 0-2 and 0. And on the other side of things, you see the impact. Tico is not only fighting against Cloud, gets him to half health. Suzushin can't poke in on that fight and contribute any CC or any damage, but then comes back and almost kills her again after he's been effective in the turtle fight. So both of these things, to me, like, those are great points you guys pointed out, but I think maybe the biggest thing was clearly winning that side lane and putting Natko in a defensive position, not being able to use a matchup that should have been in their favor, right, Remar?
Yeah, it's difficult too for Vamos. I understand their frustration because even in the team fighting, there's like, they're coming from the sides. Where are they coming from? Some unexpected angles of entry by Team Spirit.
Yeah.
I think that's the game plan here. They're keeping Vamos on their toes and making themselves really difficult to read for team fights.
Yeah, I think, again, if we go back to that point, I mean, the Brody pick now just feels so off, right? Because if you look at the composition again, it was made to team fight. It was made to just basically get tempo around the map, play around the Atlas and the Guinevere, and you don't really get that with Brody, right? In the side lane, it's usually when you pick up the Brody or even the Clint, you wanting to rotate into that lane, pick up a turret, then have the Brody rotate around. So it's about setting up the Brody for that strong side, then getting structures, capitalizing on that.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, you can't really do that though. On the Guinevere, on the Atlas, you gank a Claude, it's an instant purify, and then it's free objectives on the other side of the map, which is already the strong side for Spirit that they established very well on.
Well, we had a chance to take a moment to talk with the coach of Team Spirit, Cold Star, to see what he thought about this. Some great adjustments in Game 1.
Esports World Cup is going on right now. We have two
It's
fighters
here
going
now
on
with
right
Cold
now.
Star, Coach Cold
We
Star.
have-
Welcome, Coach.
Hello, thank you so much.
How are you feeling coming to this next match?
Great, feeling great.
Going on right now.
Full energy, ready for a competition.
Ready for competition, ready
And
for
then finally,
revenge?
we are
Exactly.
on the,
Exactly. So I'm getting the vibes that you're very confident today.
Yeah,
Honor
very
Kings.
confident.
Is
That's
that the
what it's
same
called.
sentiment
Honor
to,
Kings
you know, the
World
players as well?
Of course, yeah. We are feeling
Oh,
super
this is for
confident today.
fantasy games
We're going to
and stuff
show
like that.
Vamos that they made the mistake that
this
they
looks
chose
so
us.
nice. Wow.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
honors are
I like
being
that.
really
What
backed and
made it
bannered
different
it
this
out.
time?
That's crazy for EWC.
You will see different team spirit today.
Okay, a different team
I'm
spirit
hoping they
today.
didn't do
I'm
that either.
quite curious to see that. And obviously, we do want to talk a little bit more about like the
So,
struggles
this
that maybe
is
Team
the
Spirit had
Overwatch
faced in the
as
group
well,
stages. Could you
and
share a
today
little
we're
bit
gonna
more about
watch a
that?
couple games.
The struggles during group stage, well, I think that
group.
there was a moment, something with preparations. I think at some
So our
point
first
we
couple games
maybe
we
didn't
had
prepare enough.
already is
We
100
made some
Thieves
mistakes
against
in draft, in
Space Station
preparation,
Gaming,
in our
and
strategic
very
approach.
sad, but they
So
are not
we changed
making
that.
it
We
to
fixed,
playoff
worked on our
stage.
mistakes during
Once
those
you get
days.
eliminated
I
from
think
group
against
stage, you don't
Guangzhou,
ever get
a
to
gaming, we
come back
already
from it,
fixed
really.
things
So,
Yeah.
and
and it
adapted
sucks.
well
It sucks
to
a
that
lot.
series.
And
And
I was just
of course,
so
during these
sad.
days
I have a
of
Space Station
the
gaming
break,
shirt.
we had an
Maybe
option
that's
and
why I
had
was
time
sad,
to
but yeah.
fix the mistakes that we had and work
Yes,
on
so
closely
these are our brackets
what
right
we're going to
now.
do today.
Space
We're getting a lot of
Station
information
Gaming
from
just got
players, from coaches as
eliminated
well, that
from Crazy
it's always a lack of
Raccoons.
preparation. Is it the meta
So
that's
sad.
causing that,
Very
or what's going
sad.
on?
Lack of preparation? Well,
And
it depends,
then
of
they
course,
will be-
and especially
yeah,
when the
they're
tournament is very
pretty much
short.
gone.
Kind of short.
After that, so
compared
we
to M
have
series, for
Geeky.
example,
I
when you
think
have
we
more
have
time
Geeky Esports. So these
during
are our
the
time
tournament,
schedule
more
for play.
matches
Oh, we
like
have Weibo
when you
against
play
Falcons.
the
So
Swiss
this is
system
kinda
with
big.
best of ones.
Yeah.
You have more time, more days,
Falcons
more
have won
games,
championships
and
last
of course,
year,
when it comes
and
to
then
one
Weibo
game,
is
it's
a
not only
pretty
about
good,
preparation but also about
Asian
mental
Pacific
state
team
of
for
the team
Overwatch.
at exact that
They're
day.
kinda
So
OD, just like,
I
you know.
think.
Another
Well,
big
there's a
one
lot of
is
things,
that
you know,
we have a
when it
brothers
comes to a
match
competition of
that's
the
kinda
highest
big,
level,
which is
it's always about, you know, small
what is
things.
it?
The smallest things matter.
Geeky,
So that's
geeky.
why it can
Oh, no,
come
are
to
we gonna
preparation
do
as
geeky
well.
today?
And lack of preparation obviously will make it
Oh,
much
I
more
guess we're
difficult to
not-
win, but
I
also
guess
it can
we're
be
not.
some sort of mental thing. Maybe some
Oh,
teams
no, I don't
underestimate the
think they
others.
updated
For
it.
example,
They
like
definitely
maybe
did
Team
not.
Liquid
Wait,
underestimated other teams,
What?
and that's why they made their mistakes, and that's why they're out in group stage. So I think it depends on the team, depends on exact situation, and
Okay, I
we
think they're just
never
running
know
only
what
4
happens inside
matches
the
today.
team. So only them
And then
know. So.
Friday.
What about your players? What about your babies?
Wait,
How are
hold
they
up.
like? Is it something about underestimation? Is mentality a problem
Friday,
as
I
well,
guess they're
or is it
going
just
to
more
run
so
the other
just
4
gameplay
matches,
and, you know,
and
strategizing?
then we'll find out
It's
who
a
will
good
be active for
question
playoffs on
because,
Saturday. And
well, I think that for
Saturday we'll have
for the group stage, the match that we lost against Vamos, everyone made a small mistake. It's like a little bit from everyone, from me as well,
I guess they
from
wanted to
players,
space it out a little bit more.
From everyone. every
might
side.
be it.
So, and
because
as I said,
Overwatch
when it
does
comes
go
to
by
the
really
highest
fast.
level of competition,
you
those
can
small
definitely
things
win a
matter
game
a
in
lot.
less than
So
15 minutes
that's
if
why
you do 2-0.
I think
So
it
I
happens.
guess that's what's gonna happen.
So we're
But
expecting a collective improvement
after all of this,
from Team Spirit today.
after we watch
So
some
maybe do you have a
Overwatch,
message to your
if you
fans
guys
back at home?
want,
You know, the
we
ECA
will
fans,
be
you know, just the
returning
international fans in
to
general.
my YouTube channel,
Yeah, of course.
and we'll be
Thank you very
going
much for
into
cheering for
Warzone.
us, for rooting for
Now,
Team Spirit. We're
I
going
will
to
do
show great
Warzone on
performance
Twitch.
today. Keep cheering
I
for
must
us, guys.
check. I really
We're
must
gonna
check.
show great performance.
I don't know
Let's go.
if I
Thank you
have
so
the
much, Coach, for
access
this
to do Twitch
interview.
right
Good luck
now
for your next
from
match. And
their
we're
end,
going to throw it over
but
back to you
I will
guys.
check for us, and I'll try to see if we can do Twitch.
An emotional performance,
but other
an
than that, if you guys are
awe-inspiring
excited for
performance from
today's
Team
game,
Spirit
there's a lot going on.
ECA.
A lot of
Like I
people
mentioned earlier,
are
only a few
expecting to
years of
see,
being a part of
really good
MSC
Asia-Pacific
as it's
team or a
expanded
European
internationally,
team
and
for
now
this
you
year
can
for
see
Overwatch.
what it has done
And yeah,
to the
it is
fans. And that
also
fan right
one
there,
big
Kid
thing I
Bumba's
wanted
mom.
you guys to know. Today we're
Just
having a class session.
really
So
emotional
I
after that first
kinda
win. You could tell how
don't know what
much
to resolve my
has
class
gone
session
into
around
this,
for
how much
today.
pride is on the
I think
line,
I'm
how
kinda
much
prepped, but I'm kinda not
it
prepped,
must mean to
mainly
see your
because I have a
child
couple of things
on
that we can talk
stage
about,
at this
but
moment.
Yep.
And then coming out on top.
You got Kid Bomba on stage, you got Mom
So,
Bomba and Sis
I
Bomba.
like that.
We can
Triple
talk
Bomba.
about
Yeah, they're very
changes
proud,
of
like,
games,
and they're
that's for
very
sure.
sweet. Like, they came up to me yesterday
history of
after the
esports,
games,
maybe
and I
history
thought,
of
oh, what did
the
I do?
last
Am I in trouble? Like, I don't know
World
them.
Cup,
It's like,
two
oh, we know you. I'm Kid
World Cup.
Bomba's mom, and they introduced me to the
we can
sisters.
do
They're
that,
very
guys.
great people, and I'm
we'll see.
very happy to see them
I
here,
definitely
of course.
judge it by
If I'm
what's in
not
the
mistaken,
room.
this might be the first
and
time
plus,
they get to watch
really
Kid
am
Bomba on a
excited
major
to watch
international.
Warzone
Yeah, I mean,
is right
live
now.
for sure, and a
Yeah,
Moonton
I think
event for sure.
has-
Yes, like a Moonton like
grown
MSC M series, or
Yeah.
and it's so
Right.
good. You can already
Today
see, I
we
guess, the
have,
morale boost. I mean, the
what,
Spirit fans are
being in
everywhere
Europe.
here as
We have
well.
a
Yes.
couple rounds, honestly.
I love it.
Wow,
I love the
that's crazy.
support for Spirit. I love that it
That's
actually
crazy.
boosted them as well.
So today's
And
Thursday, we
just
got
like Cold
1,
Star
2,
said, that
3,
positive
4,
energy, that mental state coming into the
5,
series.
6,
Everything's looking
7,
great. They even called it.
8,
We're looking for a
9,
great show.
It could be
10,
one thing, the
11,
tiniest things,
13,
Cold Star said.
13
So we'll see
matches.
what tiny
Crazy.
adjustments they make. On the side of
It's
Vamos,
crazy.
they
We got
say,
13 matches, y'all.
we're not going to play the Belleric Atlas game.
Yep.
That makes a lot of
Right.
sense. I think you have way more
So,
preparation,
yeah,
stuff
we'll
to study
run
from,
into
stuff to
Warzone,
learn
and I'll
from
try
in
to
this
see if I
tournament
can run
with
it
Belleric and
onto,
Atlas, maybe on the sidelines or only one
back
of them
on Twitch
available,
for you
and they
guys.
decide to
And
do
if I
that, go
can't
back
run it back
to
on
the
Twitch, I want
Valentina
you guys
ban
to
and
know,
also the Esmeralda
I
ban
will be streaming a
in
lot
order to
more this
prioritize
week.
the Paquito, which,
A lot of League of
guys,
Legends
could
and
be a
Classic
flex here.
League, you know,
Yeah.
we like Classic
See,
League, that's why.
I'm actually more of a fan of this,
and then
right?
big
If
reminder
you go
to
for
you
the
guys,
Barats or the
drops
Paquito,
are
you go for the
in
Paquito first
April,
here just because you
y'all are
can
able
flex
to
it
get
3
some
waves,
drops
especially
and active
considering
subs. So don't
Spirit
forget to
don't
sub.
really want to play Sour Egoist
let me get
on
that
a
star
Barat's
emoji.
jungle, right? So even if they pick it up, you know
Don't
for
forget
sure
to
it's going to go
sub
on
in
Bomba,
order to
not
get
on
that
Sour.
special
This is a good one.
Type
Bomba's amazing.
of that,
Hiko has 100% win rate on it.
On top
We
of
haven't
that,
seen Sour
I
on it,
hope
but it's
see
going
you
to be
guys
good as well if they
soon.
are able
We're
to
gonna
just,
get into
again,
more of these games
establish
right now.
control early.
Yep, so many options, especially with a Valentina Atlas Esmeralda taken out. It's perfect choices for Paquito first pick. But Vamos does something surprising with the Barris. Yeah, it's flexed, but then they paired up with a Jushin right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised here. They go for the Hirara again. We know Sour wants to go on those assassins.
And he didn't get it last game, which is important.
Uh-huh. Now for Spirit. Do they want to go
no, he
Uranus?
didn't.
Do they want to go Uranus straight
I
up,
have
right?
it
Against the
as well.
Barats.
I'm gonna
Thing
walk like
is,
it.
error
I don't
on...
like
Yes, they do. They're calling in the bluff because I think it's similar. Again, from
sir.
yesterday, the Barats pick. Everybody knows it's not going to go on Nile. It's going to go on Shogun because Nile wants to be on carries. Here as well. You look at error, you really think he's going to go utility. Barats, Guinevere is like... That is the limit of how utility is going to go.
Yeah, because even Guinevere, as utility as it is, it has some sort of carry factor that we mentioned with Ling disappearing. Here comes Nolan. So it's not Hirara Ling as we were placeboed into believing, as Mirko pointed out. It's Nolan and Hirara as the actual trade. The Barretts and the Uranus being open, honestly, from Vamos was quite unexpected, a little bit disappointing.
I thought they would just go go Uranus there, you know, with the instead of the Barat's pick after seeing the Paquito and how it could be flexed to 3 lanes. And Spirit didn't even need to bring it into the second phase. They were like, oh, you're revealing your cards early, so we're also just going to counter you.
Well, you know, you could see
we'll be right back, okay?
Hirara and Nolan picked up again. It is the second game, to correct myself earlier, on Zaur for that. But Nolan, probably a lot more comfortable here for Arrow 404.
Absolutely.
And we've seen Nolan rise in just value generally in this tournament. Melissa banned out as well from the side of Team Spirit, so she won't make it through yet again.
I think it's going to be the same matchup now for Spirit. They should ban out the Moskov as well. Try to force Vamos on a claw. They even... The Clit was a pretty good answer yesterday as well, to be fair, against the Paquito. I thought they were going to ban out the Moskov, so they forces the Claude, but this is a very similar thing, right?
Yeah.
Moskov Claude, you can still bully him. It's just that it gets really annoying with the Moskov Spear of Misery. Gord actually gets banned out, which is quite interesting. Trying to take away that... It doesn't really look like a Gord comp to me, though.
Bit of stun, bit of damage.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, they can just trade the long-range poke mages instead. They didn't even think of the Gord because they're so mobile. Yeah, like Eve with the Valentina gone, I think we go back to like Eve Farcical trades. Oh my God! I'm
about
so
Marcel.
used to seeing this guy not show up in draft. I did not realize he wasn't banned.
It's just
out.
usually auto ban, man.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, maybe Spirit also overlooked that.
Yeah. They're gonna hide their last pick, gold lane, for Vamos. Spirit are gonna have to reveal all their cards. We know already where the Paquito, Hirara, and Uranus are going, so it's about the mid and roam right now. To deal with the Marcel, to try to get control early, what do you go on mid and roam? That's the question. You need to go for Prio. But is it Cho? Do they really want to go Cho?
I've always been a guy to say don't pick Cho into Marcel, even though it is very skill-based and players have gotten better for it.
Eudora?
They can pick off.
Matilda.
They can, Matilda.
Yeah. Wow. The Eudora, pretty solid against the Nolan. Going to be very annoying. It also enables the Hirara quite a bit. The Matilda's there, and they still go for the Brody. Okay. You can deal with the Paquito somewhat in lane.
Yeah.
But that Matilda, if everybody just comes flying by at you, dude, it's going to be a rough game. So it's all about early game. It's all about that Turtle 1. It's all about snowballing for both.
And maybe they have the answer here. Obviously, the Marcel has been one of the most dominant picks when let through. Just alone with that, are you liking Vamos' draft a lot better?
Well, I really like the Marcel, but it depends on how they are able to pull off that early game. I can see some angles where the Marcel could give a lot of difficulty for Spirit, but equally, Spirit might just not even care about the Golden Hour.
All right, well, we'll see. Is it going to be Golden Hour here? Marcel let through yet again. Will he continue his dominance here at MSC EWC 2026? Let's send it over to Leo and Trex for Game 2.
Back in the land of Dawn, we're going into game number 2. We're expecting Vamos to equalize, given that they are going to die on this hill. They're once again playing the Brody and the Zushin.
Let's see if it works better this time. I do think they have a little bit more of an engage capability with this Marcel. That's the trigger finger, right? They also have the Barats on Sepat. It's definitely a very different lineup around the Brody. You have some way to make space for him to actually move around in these team fights.
And you're winning in the jungle. Again, the Nolan into the Hirara is a slightly more advantageous. Oh, G-Keef taking a bit of damage here. As I was saying, a bit of a more advantage head-to-head against the Hirara, which Zarigos has to figure out. But one must consider, he has momentum on his side. He's, again, just playing the same hero, pressing load game.
And we already see the momentum that he's trying to create, even as routing there. Instead of just going straight to orange, he makes a quick pit stop in the mid lane, looking for some possible pressure. They're able to get the Litho Wander, so Team Spirit already showing after the momentum of Game 1 that they want to keep on attacking.
Yep. Zkeef here. Escorting Arrow 404 for a little side lane small camp action. Pop in Bomba, putting him at half health. And I think this should be a successful small camp steal.
Arrow 4/4s are not unable to get there in time. He's already used his red tree. But the attack onto the top side, Sawo. Getting space, both teams are still taking it slow. Zauer going to try to take a camp of his own now. But a lot of damage. Lands on Arrow, but actually gets back onto Team Spirit. He's going to move back onto his camp. Sawo continues to harass here.
If this was anyone else other than the Matilda, it would have been a difficult situation to try and clap back. Maybe just a Minotaur with a motivation roar would have popped you off from the burstiest hero on paper.
Now it's expanded to like 4 or 5 other places.
But
let's see, what is upset? What is upsetting? That goes in this, of course. Right? Who's last year's win? Menard. Menard's also in it too. Menard and Daigo is like one of the top teams that we actually care about. What do you mean upset? I don't see any upset. So Kaido's gone. That sucks. That sucks. That really does suck.
They had it. I'll take that deal any day. Twice on Thursdays. Sawo for 3 and a turtle. Let's see that again.
Primate, moving
All right,
on.
everyone
Angry
gets
Bird
caught back in. Nice play,
Angry
and
Bird
Vamos
lost.
feels like they have it, but Kid
Grady,
Bamba
0-3
in the midst of them continuing to get damage. Oh,
They're just too grouped up.
Nephew.
All right, triple
Who's nephew?
stacks on the Ionic Edge.
Who's
I think
nephew?
is
Who
what
the
did
heck?
the job. And I think just Sunset Lover
Oh, yeah,
getting
Rico
super
coming out
conductor
right
stacks
now.
on
Oh, is that guy
everyone.
really that
Sawa
tall?
says it's worth
Is he
it.
like that super
Okay,
tall?
so
That he was
top
saying?
half of the map again. Different story from game
he's
one.
just chilling.
Can they get it flipped over on the bottom side?
he
At
was
least
just
it's a
chilling.
better situation for Natco. Natco did not die in the first 2 minutes.
Favorite game in
Natco
Monkey.
hasn't gone down,
Rico.
but just about everyone else has. Sakif takes a lot of damage. Vamos, how do you recover from that? In a fight where you just felt like you had, and it's the same exact story as game number one. Vamos creates this engage.
That'd be crazy.
They almost get it, but Team Spirit always responds better. And you mentioned it last time. Who do they keep on targeting? Who do they? Yes, who do they keep on getting the kill on? Sawa. But it just doesn't matter, and it's the same exact story as game number one.
40 seconds until the turtle spawns, and
this
Sawa
is
is
last
everywhere. That's
year.
just what you get off of Wilderness Blessing, and of course just
Hold
the
up,
sheer
does this say
mobility
Xiaohai?
that a Matilda brings, which some way somehow kind of counters
Hold
what
up.
Marcel does in breaking your formation, and what Clockun wants to do
Wait.
with Zushin to try and get you
Wait.
closer in. Team Spirit can
Chat,
reset
wait.
over and over again, which
Wait, hold up,
explains,
hold up,
the
hold up.
majority of even in the neutral, even when fights aren't happening,
Okay, wait.
why Spirit get to do what
Is this
they
what I
want.
think it
Another
is?
small
This is gonna be the
camp
most
steal
interesting
here
thing ever.
From Zariguis. He is up by about a level, a full
Okay.
XP bar from Arrow
Fatal Fury
404.
ended on week 1.
I'd say Vamos still have to be very cautious about taking this
Is
next
there?
objective. Spawns in the same spot.
There's
Not
no
only
way,
that,
right?
Sepa takes that long rotation down
There's
the
no
boss
way.
side,
Group
and now
stages.
he
Group stage.
just makes his
Let's
level
look through
7,
it real quick.
almost starts, but he's falling behind
Let's do
Kimbaba
that.
once
I don't-
again. Vamos, they're
Now,
rotating around, but
Kai?
never really making a play out of it, honestly. But there's a nice
No!
welcome. Does land down, and Sawo falls. This
Falcon's
time
so
Vamos
high!
doesn't pay the price,
Falcon's
but at least
so
that
high!
goes there to make sure they get the counterattack. Sakif falls.
Oh my god!
More damage comes out
Okay,
from
chat.
Natco.
Okay,
in the
let me explain
backside,
this to you.
as Sepak continues to hold the front line.
This-
Team
this is-
Spirit looking for the re-engage. Sunset Lover continues to drop the beacon down,
So basically
along
it's
with
this.
Clockun.
Impressive reposition
Now
by
High
Nico.
plays.
Looking for a potential
I
target.
don't think this was against Bull, but now High plays Fatal Fury. And he wins Fatal Fury
With a nice 1-2, forcing Air 404
here
away
in
as
Las
Team Spirit
Vegas.
gets the second turtle.
And then he lost.
Team Spirit
at the
don't have to
Esports World
force this
Cup.
area to get what they came for, but they do seem
I'm not
to
sure how
wanna
this worked
present
out,
the attack.
or where this came from.
Vamos back under the towers, losing another
But-
turtle, and falling behind more and more.
Deja vu. Might not have been as bombastic
He
of a
literally
trade. A
went
3
from,
for
I
1,
lost
but
the Fatal
a
Fury
kill on the
to I'm
Sawa
gonna join
for
Street Fighter as
everything
well.
else that Team Spirit walked
And
away
I
with.
wonder
Plus a
if
conversion
this is
into
true.
a tier 1 up top. This
And
is
you have to
Team
qualify for this,
Spirit
just to let you know.
finding their
So you
footing.
qualify for
This
both
is them
games.
playing comfortably in the knockouts, while Vamos, again,
Qualifiers are going on
by
right
picking
now.
2 out of the 5
Yeah, of
same
course they wouldn't have.
heroes,
They've had APs.
are ending up with the same
Okay,
issues.
I think that's the
Once
funniest thing
they've
ever that's
used
ever happened though.
the Detna's welcome. Once
Off
they've
one
come
game,
in
just
with
join
Air
another
404's
game.
kit and burst. Oh,
I mean,
another one. Detna's welcome.
yes, but
Biggie
like,
Ramos.
I
I
don't
guess.
think they're going to
I
have
don't know.
enough
In
damage
esports,
for that,
that's
but wait,
not
everyone does
normal.
pile on
That's not
top.
normal in
Consecration
esports at
does
all.
pop. They're
That
going right
is
into zone
freaking
here.
hilarious.
Tower will get
I
away,
wanna
but
say I'm
still
talking
that's,
about the
oh,
wrong
in the
person,
mid-side,
but-
Hiko finds
Alright, y'all,
Natco,
remember,
and this
you
is the
just look at
constant
Wikipedia.
response
Wikipedia is
that Team
the
Spirit
factual
brings.
encyclopedia.
Every
No, it's
time
not wrong.
Vamos
It's
drops
not
the
wrong.
test, Team Spirit has
It's
the
not wrong
answers.
at
Now
all.
we're going to move on to this
He
purple
just
buff
flopped like
as
it's just
Vamos
going down.
is kicked out of town, forced away out of their own jungle.
Okay. Alright guys, we're gonna
man,
get
even
into
the
game
purple
number
buff is
2
in jeopardy,
with Label
and
Gaming
Zaur
against
just
Falcons.
yeets that out of Error 404's hands.
That is hilarious.
They're
Okay.
propelling up to a 5,000 gold. The flicker in.
A lot of damage on a setback. Nice golden hour does come out from Vamos. All of them trapped under the tower,
Oh,
but it also
geez,
stops
that's
them from
hilarious.
taking tower shots.
That is
And that's
hilarious.
going to help them succeed in taking that tier 3. Arrow 404 on the run. Team Spirit on the chase. Non-stop throughout this game.
That's 2 full levels. That Zaur is ahead of Arrow 404. And Trex, correct me if I'm wrong. It took about 7 minutes for the first significant golden hour
Wait,
to
are
be
they
cast.
messing with the
It
cat?
could have been perfect. It could have been
Wait, what are the
perfect.
cats doing?
Underneath the
What are
tier
they
1
messing
2, but
with?
now Zekif is running for his life.
Really?
Canceling that circling eagle. Natco might
Did
be one more casualty, but all while this was happening, the final turtle goes to Team Spirit.
It's looking rough for Vamos at this point. Team Spirit consistently has the answers. I got to point out Hiko as well. He hasn't always, I feel like ever since the Gold Fighter really became popular over the past year or so, Hiko hasn't really gotten to shine on one, and this is probably one of the best games I've seen on him on a fighter in the gold lane. The Paquito, he's been finding angles, he's been outputting damage, he's performing today.
And it's what you need with this kind of lineup. Again, the forward momentum.
Let me know there's a tech pod. That's what we're counting for. We're counting for
from
tech
the
pods.
sides. Even Arrow 404 is scared of the Paquito. Hiko's getting punished here by Ziki, but the advantage is just so palpable. It's huge. Kid Bomba, chunked down half. Purple here, still denied out of Arrow 404.
He hasn't seen a purple for about 2 minutes now. Maybe more. Vamos only getting 2 kills on the board so far, losing towers, haven't taken any objectives from the side of Team Spirit. They are smothering, and don't get me wrong, with a heavy frontline lineup that Team Spirit has brought, you kind of expect this power spike in the 6 to 9 minute mark. But Vamos has not been doing a good job at responding. They haven't been doing a good job of finding answers. They've actually been forcing fights sometimes when it's not even their time.
This is a clear sign that you shouldn't be. Because in that little moment, the sequence down bottom, when they pushed tier 2, Hiko was putting fist to face against 3 with very little punish. He was doing that with impunity. Sure, Sawa was in the vicinity, but what does VMS do here? Vamos, they're looking to, again, get stacks on Natco's ult, stop them all with the perfect golden hour, and then Arrow 404 to clean up. Like, that's the perfect picture here, with Sepat being the engagement. That is, for now, again, deja vu, the grocery list of things that Vamos has to do to maybe cut this lead in half. I'm not saying even get a lead of their own. I'm just saying to staunch the bleeding.
I mean, Vamos trying to do exactly that right now with the staunch the bleeding, with cutting lanes. Arrow 404 finding his way down the bot, finding his way to the mid. But I don't think this is a fight they want. I think at this point you just give up this Lord. Sawo unable to be caught by Marcel. Team Spirit having so much movement on the map that Vamos just isn't able to keep up in any way, not even in the macro, but also in the micro, in these small fights. Normally Zakif wants to run in on a Marcel, get stuns on everybody, but all they're ever landing on is Bomba. Oh, Team Spirit looks for this orange now as well.
Even the orange will be denied from Vamos. Now at an 8K gold lead.
Nice job.
Putting myself
I think this is
Malaysia's finest boots, all right? I'd say that little dance, or an attempt to dance, was more of just to stop Team Spirit from even pushing off lane. Because even the long lane is under the Dragon's control. Mid lane gets taken down.
Hey, I would fall off the edge of the map
outside the base. Even
Guy.
an
I think
ideal
that
flare
the
will do
Chinese players in
nothing,
that
because
play
Team Spirit is literally 2 or 3 tax brackets above Vamos.
Oh, they tried to go for the pop before the Lord connects onto that inhibitor. They weren't quite able to get it, but still down to nothing but inhibitors. Team Spirit could try to really break this down. Another wave comes in, waiting for the top side. Team Spirit builds up as the bottom crashes as well. Arrow 404 taking orange buffs just to try to maybe recall and get back involved in this fight with a little bit of something. But look at the damage on Zakif. Hiko takes him out as Kid Bomba jumps into the back line. Zaur there as well, able to get a big kill. Clockun bursts back, but Hiko under the base. Team Spirit want to close game 2 out just as fast as game 1.
They refuse to give anyone over. They're backing out for the mere fact that there's no more waves, so they can take their time here. Bottom lane does have that chubby wave, taking care of that tier 1. And I think Team Spirit will continue to play Hunger Games. This is where they continue to just deny everything away from their opponents as they push mid lane inhibitor.
Oh, another pick by Kid Bomba. Nice golden hour. Vamos trying to output some damage. A nice Detona's welcome. Brings it back under. Sawo does go down. Arrow 404 able to get the kill. Bazaar still there, taking out Natco. Hiko falls. Vamos trying to defend. It's 2v2. And Arrow 404 able to pick it up. But Sunset Lover still stands until he finally drops. It's Clockun left over. Vamos defend the base.
A Pyrrhic victory for Vamos. They risked life and limb. Look at all these corpses lay about. And they were moments away from losing, but again, did they die? No, they didn't. They're still in it. Game 2. The base still stands.
And with the game being just past the 12-minute mark, about 30 seconds for the Lord, Vamos could bide some time to start to scale. Team Spirit, though, do you think that was an overstep? Do you think they should have tried to end it there? Do you think it, you know?
Right, Dave, if you're going to ask me, I'd say the smarter move would have just been to back off, wait for it.
They really want Weibo to win.
This is a Team Spirit we know and love. If they can see an end, then they will try to find that end. Truth be told, if they stay there 2 more seconds, free hits on the base, it would have been over. So I don't blame him for finding and trying to end it right then and there, but still, who's to say that this isn't over just yet? They're up by about 5,500 gold. Vamos looking to contest. Team Spirit secures the Lord. That's a Golden Hour started up.
The beacon comes in as well. Golden Hour unable to help Vamos stop that Lord or pause it all. But Hiko gonna get pulled back in as 044. Gets the connection, but Hiko still doesn't go down. Nako finally takes him out. Team Spirit forced to back off. Lord goes down. Zaura looks for the re-engage along with Bomba. Vamos down about 70% health amongst all members. Asawa looks for an angle in as well around the backside. Able to get the knock up. The rest of the team split up. Vamos.
Let's go. He's in trouble. Oh, gets found out by Zaur and Kid Bomba between 3.
Will go down. Double kill for Zaur. Sunset Lover just hanging it out. Team Spirit now with an opportunity to fully end this. Now with an opportunity to finish what they started last time. And Zaur in the backside gets the triple. Looking for the Maniac. Can't quite get the final kill. But he doesn't have the ego right now. He just wants to end the game. But in comes air. A Maniac for Zaur. Zakif under the base. Zaur wants to go for it, but he just can't connect.
Damn.
The base goes down.
Damn, okay.
And Team Spirit take game 2.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Point.
That shot up in the air,
Game
dude.
after game, they have pushed forth. And they have not denied themselves the play style that we have known them for years. It's now up to Team Vamos to figure out how to rope their way out of this 0-2 slump.
And that's a long road ahead. It's a best of 5 for Team Vamos to do this. We're talking 3 games in a row. And the way they've been looking, the way they've been playing, it definitely seems like a hard road. We've seen some moments of clean play, even in that second to last base defense. Some ability to turn things around in a team fight.
Shy needs to survive.
Right now
Shy has ult
to
too,
be
which
the
is great,
early
which is
game.
good.
Even here,
I mean,
in this
something
first
could
5
happen
minutes,
here.
looking at some of those highlights,
Sigma's is crazy.
you see them try to go for plays. How many deadly welcomes did they land? And
How
it
do you,
just
how do you even play from the back
end? You know, it just completely reverses onto them.
These got ult? No way! These gets eliminated. I don't think Weibo's getting this at all.
3 out of 5.
They definitely aren't getting this at all.
The lane
Falcon has a really good Sigma.
2 out of 5, and
they have a really good
small
Sigma.
moments where Sepat was able to find an ideal Detna's welcome.
This control point's gonna go for Team Falcons again. This is
missile
the second
expert
team kill.
displaced the formation.
Yeah.
The match is a checkout.
It's
so
gone.
now
it's gone.
Vamos has to go back to the drawing board and revisit how they ran a perfect run in the group stage, because they gotta
will they be able to get it through
to try
overtime?
and claw their way out and maybe
Will they?
hopefully get a
Oh,
reverse sweep. Let's throw it back to our panel with Rain Day.
Thanks, guys. I mean,
No.
you gotta respond. You gotta fix the hair as well, Mirko. Of course,
Yeah,
they're coming to you
it's
on
way
the
too
gym,
far.
man. But
It's
you
way
gotta
too far.
also
Whoa, wait,
respond
whoa,
to the
whoa,
emotion.
what's going on?
You know, I would say
going
if you
on?
saw that clip, you think the series
No
is
way.
already done. But what we know in
No
MSC,
way.
despite
still
how
fighting
good it
for
looks
this?
for Team
Yeah, I
Spirit,
think
is
this
that
is
you
not
have to expect the unexpected. We
Dude,
have
that
seen
Sigma's
upset
so
after
good.
upset,
Someone's
but
so
guys,
good.
Rinmar, Mirko, Rene back on the desk. It's really hard to think that Team Spirit is going to let this one go. EECA having a great performance.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna start it off like how we started off yesterday. It seems like Spirit really just learned from their loss against Vamos. Getting pushed to the limit by Guangzhou Gaming, having to reverse
I was
sweep
gonna
that
say,
team just so
Kalshi
that
got
they make
banned
it
in
to this
Nevada.
point. Vamos look like they're just absolutely
Kalshi?
shocked about what kind of team they're up against now.
Absolutely, man. There's so many moments in that game where I just had my hand on my head, and that's why I
Kalshi's
got
banned in Nevada now.
Yeah, I can back that up. Yeah, definitely. That's what happens.
Bomba has an unkillable buff for some reason. Again, could be the family buff here.
It's the family buff,
It's
man.
for sure
Oh,
the
for
family
real?
buff. But my goodness, 2 times now, right? In game 1 with Esmeralda, game 2 with the Uranus.
They brought the drum back.
He gets away
They
from a
brought the drum
4-man
back in
gank.
the
This time
stage.
chomped down, and Nolan comes around as well, and he baited the entire team.
Wow,
and that,
I
I think,
didn't know that.
was the big push to the snowball for Spirit.
Yeah. There's actually so much. It feels like so much
Wow,
pride in
that's
game
crazy.
from Bomba's performance, but not in draft. They're not like, hey, let's first pick this and just leave everybody else to figure something out. Esmeralda was open, so they took it. Uranus was the 3rd pick for them. You're not giving anything away to get these great picks.
It seems like, funnily enough, even though Team Vamos did everything they could to diffuse Kid Bomba in their first meetup in the group stage, now it seems like they're overlooking him too much.
I feel like, again, for Vamos, they're really taking these picks a bit too fast. And they're really afraid of those flex picks from Spirit,
Look at
right?
Timo hat.
Like the Paquito came in and they insta-rushed the Barats. I feel like, again, this is going to be a very good thing for teams who actually have utility jungles in their composition. Error is not that guy, bro. You don't want Zaur, you don't want Error to be on the Barats. So when you pick up the Barats, it's just basically revealing your cards early. And that's why they got the Uranus insta-counter. They revealed all their cards, even though they had a flex pick in the Paquito.
You were exactly right. And we talk about the little things, which Cold Star mentioned, the coach, earlier when we had an interview with him. That is a little thing there.
That is a very little thing that they maximized all the way. And it was just those little things that built up in the game as well, right? It was winning those lanes. It was Hiko taking Quantum Charge instead of Lethal Ignition as well. Massive change. It's such a small change, but it changed the way that Team Spirit's composition could play in these fights. With the Lethal Ignition, you just expect, all right, insta burst, go in, get out. Here, he went in, he backed away. So many times it caused so much confusion for Vamos because they were like, all right, we picked up the Juice in, the Marcel, and the Barats for these longer fights. But Team Spirit are never committing. So it ended up being Vamos having to use those abilities for nothing.
And I feel like that sums up the story of the series so far for Team Spirit. They've been getting crafty with it. They're really pulling out all the stops to make sure that their idea is, we know we're up against a team that wants to go all gas, no brakes. How about we're the ones who set up those little roadblocks, those little checkpoints? Just make them go through the journey a little bit slower. And Spirit, they look comfortable with that because they know that they're outsmarting Vamos in every team fight and in every big rotation around the map.
This is crazy. Overwatch has been the only game that I've been watching during esports that they actually sub people out.
The twists and turns, you can't go full speed. You have to know the difference. And sometimes the benefit is when you know the area versus you don't, you're comfortable in that. And it feels like Vamos, and this is just my thought, look a little uncomfortable in this style.
Yeah, they're used to just going all out. They're not used to having to recalibrate a little bit of how they're going to be fighting. And then it goes back again to what their performance was like in MPLMY Season 17 in their grand finals, where it felt like they were just up against an SRG that once they realized, hey, we're up against a team that really want to take it into the fights heavily, let's try to outsmart them. We'll try to find those little weird angles. And it hurts for Vamos because they acknowledge that this is what they went through in the grand finals, and now they're up against it again, and they still can't deal with it.
Absolutely. And again, it comes down to, again, for Vamos, their strength is also their biggest weakness, right? Their biggest strength is their biggest weakness. They're very decisive. They're a bit too decisive, right? When they want to go in, everybody does. But when teams get the hold of that, when they download that gameplay and then find ways to counter it by, again, forcing these longer team fights, going back and forth, forcing out those abilities, it puts Vamos in such an awkward spot that we thought they would be able to capitalize on with this meta. But again, with the drafts, they've really kind of relied too much on that decisiveness. They've leaned too much on their own strength and forgetting about how it could be a weakness that could be exploited as well by their opponents.
Team Spirit take the second game in this series. Rimar, let us know how.
All right, so one play I feel like encapsulated a lot of what happened in the early to mid game and why Team Spirit just ran away with it. This looks so good, right? Oh wow, they get
no matter what country you're from, guys,
that's the
wherever you're at,
Esports countryside, that's perfect, guys. We're setting up for the turtle.
So I wonder how Esports Nation Cup is going to be really.
You get the Eudora. That's just right there. Sunset Lover is rubbing his hands together, feasting. Oh, I see 3 members of Vamos all together. And look what happens once they start the play, once they decide to go for it. Sunset Lover gets a 3-man stun right away, which will set up for Kid Bomba. And again, this is early game. This is first turtle. There's no golden hour just yet for Vamos, but they're fighting as if they already have the golden hour. And Kid Bomba coming in from the wings. It's now his turn to rub his hands together and start to feast, as it becomes the story of the little creeping realization that we may have just overcommitted way too early. We don't get a full vision yet onto where Zar Egoist is. Yes, we took out the Roamer, but this is early game. This is where you don't have the damage and items just yet to really pester a Uranus. You took down the Roamer, but the true frontliner is here. Error 404 has to drag out this fight. Vamos has to drag out this fight in the hopes that they'll at least get a turtle out of it, because I feel like this is where they now realize we're probably gonna get punished and lose all the bodies here. Might as well try to get the objective. They try to hold on. Error 404 already committed the dash inwards, meaning that he didn't have the dash out. Zar Egoist got a kill, Kid Bomba got a kill, and again, another brilliant stun by Sunset Lover to finish it off. That is what started the big snowball already for Team Spirit. Because we already saw in the highlights, and it was replayed as well, Turtle number 2, once they had the golden hour, Hiko was right on the money. He saw the Rome Marcel, he saw Zekif, and he decided, wait, I'm up Paquito. I'm actually a really busted hero. Let me full combo this Marcel. He took the Marcel out, even with shields.
Man.
A reminder, again, how brutal a Paquito in the gold lane is.
Yeah, and that's why I gotta go back to the drafts again and think, all right, it's just so strange for Vamos to see that kind of composition and go, all right, I want to go ban for ban. I want to go fight fire with fire. When, again, in the group stage, they didn't do that. They went for these team fights. Yes, if it worked out in the early game, that's going to be good. But they would always leave Natco on heroes like even the Moskov, something that could just give them insurance for the late game, say, if plan A doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It really seems like here, again, they are doubling down on their main strength, but not accounting for their weakness by picking up the Brody all in on early game.
I think that is a very strange thing that needs to be adjusted. 2 Brodies in a row. Again, it looks bad if it loses twice.
Yes.
It looks good if you tie it up, right? So they took the risk. Now we probably need to see something different.
And that's the thing, right? When you pick up Brody, again, game number 1, it should have already given them the idea of, okay, what we need to do if we lose out the first neutral objectives. We play around the Brody. We go and take these turrets. We let the Brody play around us, and therefore we get a 5v5 with the Brody already ahead.
Yeah.
They didn't do that in game 1. We thought that was a mistake that they could have fixed. Game 2, they did it again.
We're looking for
it's clearly what Team Spirit are doing so well. That to me is kind of the key to this whole thing. Yes, Team Vamos are out of sync, but partly it's because of the way Team Spirit are forcing them to play their game. Team Vamos want to play differently. They have not been able to do that. The Atlas was not available in game 1. Now you're seeing the Brody 2 games in a row get behind, and the Paquito shining in gold lane. Team Spirit are dominant, but can they stop it? We still got more action. Game 3 coming up in a moment, but before we go to that, we want to make sure you guys know that you can be a part of EWC. You can co-stream and get your journey started here. Again, I mentioned everybody on the talent team, MLBB, doing a great job of streaming, posting, making content. You want to be a part of that and earn prizes as well, not just gain followers. Well, join our creator program. You might be able to get all the way up that list because of the watch time you get. So you never know. Could be the start of your streaming journey. You certainly have some great competitions to be a part of. Scan that QR code and join us. As we take a little bit of a respite before game 3, I also want to let you know that there is a new way to play.
Giving away Overwatch drops
together in Acecraft. It's a co-op mode, so check it out.
Some battle pass points already, and then you can get a bunch of limited edition icons and what do you call it, the sprays. Drops are enabled. Yep. That's for every single game that I'm doing on Twitch stream. You're welcome. It only works for live. It doesn't work for reruns.
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it.
They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons! They have crushed the curse!
You're meeting a partner for Overwatch right now.
He can come in here and play my game! He knows nothing! Let's go!
Tyler, why? You're done.
Alright guys, let's go into this. Look at the pigeons! The pigeons are here! Pigeon cam. Pigeon cam! Pigeon cam! We got the pigeon cam! chickens.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible.
Greatness certainly does deserve a stage, and we found it. It's the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet, where the prize trophy, MSC, is up for grabs here with MLBB at EWC 2026. Rainday, Renmar, Mirko on the panel as we get ready for a third draft that has a lot. Here's the story so far. Team Vamos came in as the favorites. They put Team Spirit down in the earlier stages and have the upper seed here, but it was the Malaysian squad that would suffer the very first loss to Hiko. And Team Spirit, who had a new plan thanks to Coach Coldstar and Kid Bomba, who would jump off to the races in the EXP lane, not once, but twice, and put the EECA representatives up 2-0. It is now the final game. If they can do it again, it will be a clean sweep, and the farthest we have seen this team go at MSC. Dude. And if not, we will have another game with Team Vamos maybe getting back on track. But Mirko, all that stands in between them in that game is a better draft.
It's by setting up those flex picks, it's by picking up those prio picks, it's by understanding the fundamentals of the current meta better. And there's no way around it. Again, for Vamos, they revealed their cards super early, even the group stage, right? We were talking about these picks, the Eudora, the Hirara, the Melissa, all in the first week before MSC. And they revealed it all the way from the start. After that, it really just felt like they stuck through that, but they didn't really evolve. I think it's the same for Pro, it's the same for my GOATs, you know? Yeah. So,
yeah, we saw you crying earlier.
Exactly.
We saw that.
Good contest. We saw a really good spot with her.
They improved. They adapted through those losses, man.
Let's see what they do.
Because again, they had to rediscover themselves. They had to ask themselves,
you're right.
How do we actually play in the PP again? How do we team fight? How do we handle the macro?
Nice.
And that's a bold prediction.
Bro, this guy
he wrote that after they won game 2. Yeah,
no.
I'm kidding.
He got all the way from the start.
I mean, it's looking like it's gonna be the case unless. Well, to credit Vamos are looking. They still look light. You see the members of the coaching staff still being able to share laughs with the players. It looks like they know that, hey, we still have a chance into this. You know, it's all about the mental now on Team Spirit. Knowing Team Spirit, they don't want a first round exit of the Cloud Gods again. They're gonna want to go to the second phase. They want a chance to either get revenge against Onyx and what they've done to them last year, or get a chance to face off against a team that they are always facing off against when it comes to scrims, when it comes to improving in the region. In Aurora, I know they're going to be going for the throne. I think you throw out the calculated decisions here, you play decisive.
I think right now, Spirit, they're also just thinking about winning the whole thing. If they get past the stage, top 4, I think it's anybody's game. Anybody can win this tournament. I think especially after the favorites all got knocked out, the S-tier teams. What is even an S-tier team at this point? We have teams and that's it. We have contenders and that's it.
And right now the lights are so bright that any little thing, we've mentioned it, could be the difference. And so the drafts, all the way from the fans to the final pick, are going to determine if this is our final game of this series and if we will see an EECA representative in the semifinals of MSC. To start us off, Freya, Valentina, Paquito, Barats, and Belleric taken away. One more ban before we get our first pick, gentlemen.
Ooh,
Spirit needs game 1.
Yeah, Spirit need to watch out though, because the Belleric is not going to be available for them if they give the Atlas. Yep. So it's going to be a different roam pick here. I mean, the Feversawa can still dig deep. If they want tempo breakers, they get Badang. That goes up against the Vamos playstyle.
Whoa,
so
they got Hirara. Whoa, they let go of the Fanny. So if you go Atlas, Spirit want to go for the Fanny and possibly the Cho to beat the Atlas.
And that could be an opportunity. They take the Fanny instead, making the Atlas Cho less of a valuable pick. They could still go it.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's going to be very difficult to lock down that Fanny.
Yeah, it's going to be the Atlas. I think the Eudora should come through as well. Then they're going to go for the Red 3 Moskov, and I think they have a crazy composition to deal with the Fanny already.
It'll be very demanding for Error 404, and that means Vamos would have to build around it incredibly well. You still have heroes such as the Esmeralda, Uranus up on board if ever they want a presence that could potentially get into the objective first to get vision, and that would require a lot of resources by Spirit to take them down. You need a really tanky front. They rushed the Melissa.
I think you pick up Eudora here. I think there was not enough value on this mid. I think they felt the presence of that stun. And I think it's smart to take that away. And to play devil's advocate on Vamos, guys, I know we're reacting to this, but that Atlas did not work. That Atlas did not work for Vamos. And I think they are okay not trying to play around the Fatal Links anymore because Team Spirit already showed that they struggled it. So for me, I think Vamos are feeling okay.
I think the guy does.
And now they take the Esmeralda.
Right now, it's going to be confusing for Vamos, and that's why they don't go for the Eudora, right? Because there's an Atlas on the other side. Eudora, notoriously horrible against the Atlas. The Melissa pick is so good against the Fanny. They pick it up early, and it's going to be good against the Harriet, too.
Yeah.
So right now, what Spirit needs to do is, it's either they again set up for Bomba, or they have a crazy pick for later, right? They save it, and they just pick up a jungler now. Because the thing is, oh my god, is it too crazy to say that they can go for Baksha?
The jungle?
I was gonna say Baksha for the Esme and the Harriet, but instead they go for the Harley, trying to capitalize on that Melissa winning lane.
Marcel's still available, guys, again, if they want to try to go back to it on the side of Vamos.
Yeah, with the Valentina gone. Yeah, they might be able to run it back this time around, but the Marcel with the Harriet, it has never been a great combo. Marcel against a Harriet, yes, but teams haven't really been able to crack the code of how do you layer their skills together so that you don't waste the Zaman force of the Harriet.
Fair enough.
So if you're Spirit now, you ban out the Cho. That's one.
Yes.
Vamos. What do they ban in the XP or mid? That's the question. Eudora.
I'm thinking if it's crazy enough for Spirit, even though they're gonna be slower in the EXP lane, a glue would mess up the lineup.
If I was Vamos, would still respect the Farsa. I know the Farsa isn't that good against the Fanny, but you have a Melissa right there with a go-away, could plant it down in these front to backs, and then the Harriet's going to struggle, but instead ban out the Eudora. That could still come through. It's going to be very, very good to deal with the Fanny on top of everything they already have.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday against Team Vitality. I think Farsa definitely warranted. I'll ban it alongside the Eudora, and then whatever mid laner that Sunset Lover is going to end up with, it might be another thing that you can expect, which is the last time we saw Melissa with a Vexana for Vitality in the group stage against Falcons. That worked out well. They might be able to play into that.
He's already played it before. In game one, she came out. We also have the Valentina banned, so you can't see that. Zhu Xin still available, which we have seen Vamos try to rely on. It hasn't had the same impact. However, you might be able to argue that that's because of the other heroes selected. So maybe feeling a little more comfortable here. Going back to that,
only thing that they got is only overtime.
The glue, expecting that it might go into the roam
role.
This is
going to be hard.
Team Spirit are trying to signal to Vamos like, we know what options are left for you.
That's okay.
We know that the Batal might look good.
Yeah. Is Spirit setting up for a Phoveus pick? Is that why they banned the glue?
That's it.
That's a possibility too.
Yeah, the Harris against the Fanny. Yeah. It is still around. It hasn't been, picked up at all in the knockout stages. Last time Spirit did pick it up. That was when they lost. It was Zeke who held them down with the high-lows. But this time, if Spirit just hide it all the way to last pick, it could just be great.
Yeah, might have been overlooked. Yeah, they banned the Vexana as expected.
So they should be Farsa. And then if they go Farsa, I think it's confirmed Phoveus to peel in the back with the Melissa.
Yeah, but Vamos will have a gotcha option for them in the roam. At least they'll have a little bit of a revitalize.
Okay.
This is
Selena.
This is not the first time Sunset Lovers picked up the Selena in a while. Like, when was the last time you saw Sunset on Selena?
I don't think we saw it this tournament.
It might have been last year. Yeah, not in this tournament. It might have been last year, maybe even earlier this year in the world stage. But no, this is a rarity.
Wow.
Team Spirit, they're proving my theory that they're just going to go in for the throat. They don't want any calculations. They just want to go tempo, aggro.
So with that, I think you scratch the Phoveus, right? Now it's Alice, I think, that they might be going for.
Alice would be fantastic. Not a lot of answers for it early on. That would force Vamos, if ever, once the Harith is already ready for Turtle 2, Turtle 3 to come out, putting it in the danger zone of Team Spirit being able to take it down during a team fight. Meanwhile, Vamos will be able to lose it. Kacha does get picked up, and then they go for the Lilia just for some semblance of poke and control in the center.
A lot of bursts from Lilia. Might be able to get a pick early. We know they like to fight early. Vamo's going to be okay with that, but just setting themselves up to be able to match the mid pressure that Eudora had brought or the Rome had brought on the side of Team Spirit. So now the final pick.
What beats Esmeralda? in lane. Oh, they go Ruby instead. A little bit more lock, and I mean, it's a very good way to deal with the Fanny and the Harith. And you don't lose against the Esmeralda, it's just a dead lane.
Yep, great pickup here. Early fights, yeah, we look at Turtle 1 and Turtle 2 again and how these two teams handle it. Whoever wins those with extra kills will win the game.
It's going to be hard to get a pick on that Fanny, but Error 404 came in as maybe the star so far at MSC in the jungle role. Can he find a way to take on this jungle matchup and win against our Egoist, who has been dominant so far? Team Vamos, one more chance. And for Team Spirit, they are in the semifinal. If they win this game, there's one more opportunity to change history. Let's see who takes it.
The payload over.
Victory will be earned through blood, and I could not agree more with our panel. Thanks, Rainday, Renmar, and Mirko. It's Stretch and Leo taking you through game number 3 in this best of 5. They mentioned that whoever gets more kills wins, and I don't think there's any other way. You gotta kill before you convert.
And that is exactly how these past games have been going. Team Spirit, we were worried they were going to take it slow, but instead they were willing to hit the gas. They were willing to go for the kills and use it as conversion. Not a slow-paced game, not something where we just play for objectives and never try to take anyone down. They always want to kill first.
Yep, quick recap. It was off of Hiko's Pakiro and Uranus on Kid Bomba. That was just forward. Facing all the time that led to this match point situation we see Team Spirit in. So now Vamos is trying to close that gap, and I like how they're not pulling any punches. Look at the damage profile and of course the speed that Vamos can go through. Renmar usually often mentions this, it's gatotable, and this is when you want to say it's gatotable. You want to find an easy way to get Hiko, compromise his position, and force an early get away from him. So at least they're fixing that now. Vamos, I feel like this could be the pivot point.
Yeah. For me, the most important thing for Vamos is don't die
really
first. You know, don't be the first one to go for the attack, and that is what they're going for here. If you do, don't mess it up. Don't fall for the Sawo bait that's been happening over these past 3 games. Zakif taking a little bit of damage. Zaur able to get the deadly magic off, but just showing presence, not exactly going for kills.
10 seconds before the turtle spawns lower quarter. Again, one more way you could say that for sure Vamos is trying their darndest to survive in this series is look at the amount of purifies. 3 out of the 5 confirmed that they don't want to get touched by Sawa. They don't want to get compromised by that Ruby. Turtle now on 10th.
Ooh, Zakif into the backside. Air 4-4 able to steal the turtle. Kid Bomba taking a lot of damage as well. They do get stunned up. Air 4-4 back into the backside, looking for Kid Bomba. Kid Bomba still able to survive with a sidestep. Air 4-4's got to get out of there, but Vamos will move on to that tier 3 and get some nice gold plating. A little more damage in this purple buff jungle. Zakif taking out first blood over to Sunset Lover.
All right, quick tally of events. Yes, Vamos did yeet that turtle out from underneath Team Spirit. Oh, Clockun! A lot of damage out of Sunset Lover. Black shoes. He should be fine.
Whoa!
Goes over to the Malaysian squad, but Team Spirit, we mentioned
the opening seconds of the fight.
Whoever gets more kills, and they took down Zeke with very little fight. I think at some point Zeke was like, yep, I'm in too deep. This is, guys, just make something else on the map for me.
Yeah, just a little too committed, but I still got to say, with the gold plating that they were able to get on that bottom tier 3 with the turtle, still feels like a good direction for Vamos. This is the first time in 3 games they've had a lead in the beginning. Was that a steal from Air? Did he get that?
Yep, a small camp. And that should put him up about maybe close to 1,000 up. So we saw a little bit of the action in the XP lane. Gold lane, though, the fact that Hiko was able to like leave a little bit, join a little bit in mid, and then jump over means he should be close to at least where Natco is right now, but it's close that it's clear that Vamos are on a different tempo now. So at least that decisiveness, that maybe even to a fault, over decisiveness, shows that they have a plan, and now they're finally trying to get to it. Deadly Magic's put on the Clockun. He should be fine. I think up to this next turtle, about 20 seconds up, is where we see the 1,000 gold lead broken here by Vamos. And Sunset Lava underneath tier 1, and he gets away with it.
Right in time with the blade of Heptates. Beautifully done. Arrow 4-4 getting a kill on the map right before turtle as well.
And I don't think it's for a lack of things to do for Team Spirit. Look, they have Sunset Lover, they have the Selena, they have Kid Bomba, given he was down in the bottom lane dealing with Sepat.
Yeah.
Sawo couldn't exactly get a confirmed freeze, or I don't think you're going to waste an ult on a Fanny from underneath tier 1 like that. So I think Vamos have found the perfect speed. This is the Goldilocks spot for them. Not too cold, not too hot. Just the right amount of pressure to be able to get to that 1,500, maybe 2,000 gold lead up, leading into Turtle 2.
It all started with the draft, I feel like, them taking that blue side instead. Up on the top side, though, Air 4 gets the solo kill on Dezour, finally punishing back.
And this is what we're talking about. Vamos have a plan in their head. They have a winning image. And sometimes it doesn't have to involve the major objectives. It sometimes involves just stepping on your opponent's neck and stopping them from moving. Zekif engages, in comes
Air does get knocked up, pulled up by the Fatal Links, but Cloud still able to get the kill on to Sunset Lover. They're going to move on to this turtle now. Dezour is nowhere to be found. No way for Team Spirit to contest this.
As mentioned, the award-winning film Whiplash, this is to my tempo. This is Vamos just rolling that drum to their beat, taking a Turtle 2 handily here. And Team Spirit, for the first time in this series, are on the back foot. You'll see here, minute 1, Trex. Minute 1, they've been trying to condition.
That's crazy. So
Team
there we
Spirit
go. There's the line. Weibo's the line.
We saw, I believe, an ult out of Sawo to try and punish that dive from Air 404. It wasn't enough.
So where does Team Spirit go from here? They do seem to be slowing it down a little bit. Unlike when Vamos was losing, where they were kind of over-engaged even when they were behind, Team Spirit isn't exactly looking for fights. But Vamos is closing in its grasp right now. With that tier 3 down on the top side, we're going to be able to start seeing Nako getting involved in these fights. They're going to go for the rotations around the map. It's not just going to be a 3v3. It's going to be a 5v4, something of that nature.
More than involved, I think Natco will start fights. Sometimes even with just a rogue Zaman force, because that's how ahead Vamos is right now. Just to put it into context, Sepat hasn't been in the bottom lane for maybe 30, 45 seconds, and that's enough for Kid Bomba to try and equalize. But look at where the turrets are. Literally.
Oh, they're so excited, guys.
Visit,
Good
maybe
job.
sneeze on the turret and it would fall. That would be permanent damage.
Good job.
To
They just got to win one more. That's all it is.
Because top lane has already fallen. So this is what we were looking for. In the early days of the group stage, this is what the meta demanded. Easy conversions,
China
kill for
and
a
how
turret,
their best
quick
coordination
take, and
team
then
for
it
Weibo.
snowballs.
Oh, that guy got a tattoo. What the hell?
Nice. Falling Star Moon does come from Sepat.
They know that
the damage starts to come out from
They
Hiko.
know that
Nice
they're
pull
in,
with
but they
Fatal
still have
Links.
to give them that last
Response
one
Force
match.
drops down, and Vamos doesn't run away.
But now
No,
it's
they
Team
engage
Falcon's
more.
choice because they
Team
are the
Spirit
losing
loses
team.
Sawo. Hiko continues to get free shots off, but Vamos not giving up on this push. Able to take that mid tier 3 down to about half health as Sepat holds down the front line. Team Spirit looking to re-engage. They dive down, and Hiko gets the kill onto Sepat. It's 1 for 1, but Vamos still holds a lead.
Oh, Error walks in to that brush, holding her 404 Zaur. So close. I believe the window is closed. Trex, Zaur Egoist can no longer threaten a single member of Vamos, not alone. It cannot be off of his back. This is where I think we've seen over the past 2 to 3 months the heyday of, I hate to say it, the utility Harley. He has to just either be cleanup or just the gap closer to take these objectives, and then he goes from there. He has to use his space escape to try and push waves, because right now it's all off of Hiko. Hiko might be the only hope for Team Spirit to get a good mid-game burst.
Sawo, though, going to look for an engage, even with Team Spirit being behind Air 404. Able to get the turtle. Jumps onto Hiko. Hiko does have to go away. It might not be the right target.
Oh.
He's going to move off. They're just controlling lanes at this point. Little poke here and there, but nothing too major.
And this is all Team Spirit could do. Make sure that the damage dealt to their side lanes doesn't extend to mid. So they see this big fat wave down bottom. They're standing Kid Bomba. Top lane, it's Zaur who's going to clear that up. And Vamos, all they're doing is finding that next big fight. Finding where Sawo's winning the Fatal Links, where Kid Bomba might think, oh, I'm offended here. But they know that Team Spirit is short on damage. They know that they can't fight toe-to-toe just yet, so there has to be a crafty way for the math to side over to Team Spirit. Because Vamos right now, look, they're just taking it slow. This is a clear sign that a team knows that their damage is on point. Oh my lord, a single swing overputs a third out of Hiko's life down.
A single swing.
Atlas, that's crazy.
Hiko might not even have time to hit the go wave if he's not careful. It's getting to a point where we'll have to preemptively do it when these fights start, because if anyone jumps on top of him too quick, he's going down.
All right, fortunately, Hiko has been getting some farm, and that's speaking relatively because look at how well Vamos is freezing these waves. He's just put down maybe 500 gold away from Natko, and Kid Bomba gets caught.
Keith able to set up for Natko. Natko able to get the kill on Kid Bomba. Natko keeps it going, jumps on his hour. Sawo trying to come in and help out, does have the fatal links. Able to pull one in, Purity does pop for Natko. Sabat able to get away, the Deadly Magic brings down to about half health as Team Spirit doesn't really want to force a fight. They just don't want to lose a tower at this point. But Air 4-4 does want to force it, jumps on a Sunset Lover, onto the tower with the cutthroat, gets him, takes him out, and Vamos moves on to the mid side.
Nice
over
and
180
easy. Vamos
hours.
was corralling Sunset Lover. I think they were just cajoling him to say, all right, you could do this, and then says, psych! Throws him underneath the bus. Just like that, the lead has grown to almost 6,000 up. I don't think Team Spirit should even contest. This should be a free Lord, but wait, Sawo, what's he thinking? He doesn't have a Fatal Links.
Sawo doesn't know how to not contest at this point, no. It's just vision. But Team Spirit maybe should be using this to take a tier 3 up top side. Do they really want to go? They don't need to go for a Lord right now. Use Zower to play the map right now instead of forcing Vamos into a fight that you might not win.
I agree. Use it as if like a baby Fanny, like a baby Ling.
Baby Fanny.
Fanny at home. But it seems like Team Spirit, despite the 5,000 gold that Vamos has on top of them, want to keep him honest. So, which I get. Because look at this lineup. Look at Team Spirit's lineup. None of them can clear waves as easily as one might expect. So maybe they don't want to defend out of the base. But also, now that I'm thinking about it, an I'm offended inside the base would be lethal. That could be a turnaround that Team Spirit can play off of. Maybe a singular wipeout, but that's neither here nor there. Maybe if you can just slow it down here, right now, in the Lord Pit, they'd rather take that fight. They take their chances here.
Speaking of I'm offended, can Kid Baba land something now?
I'm not
he does
counting
the vision into that side bush.
Like that.
Team Spirit don't want to give it up. Maybe they do. They finally back off. Someone makes the call of, this is not the play, guys. Let's play the map. Let's let them have it. Let's go for the defense.
And guess what? You can't purify the map. That's the thing that Vamos is thinking right now. They have layers upon layers of insurance. Playing the map doesn't force them to use their Purify, which is almost single-handedly the one resource that Team Spirit are struggling to deal with. Because Sunset Lover, I hate to say it, is a non-factor right now. His arrows are landing a little too far off. Zkeep comes in.
I'm offended, lands on his Zkeep. Natko with the re-engage, drops him on force. The damage still just too much. And Team Spirit doesn't quite have enough. Eco does drop the goal away. Look at the damage. Natko still gets away. One more shot. He gets the shield and he survives. Team Spirit just can't luck out in this game.
Oh, but he still goes down. What was that? He walked into a trap.
Is that what happened?
It must have been the only possible explanation. So Sunset Lover says, Leo, who's not a threat now, but that's not what we were referring to. We were referring to Purify's getting popped. What? The damage on Sunset Lover, we underestimated. The possibility of a late game Selena turning things around like that.
I mean, he had like 10% health.
The damage will less than. It was like 4 or 5% with a shield.
A trap, I feel like that's fair game. The trap got the kill.
Where was it? Somewhere around here.
Had to be in mid-brush, yeah, mid-river brush, something like that.
Okay, so that does keep the Lord push very manageable.
Yeah, they still have their tier 2.
The inhibitors
all Overwatch have been out of the scene for a very long time, guys.
That doesn't stop us
like,
from staying up. And
it's not just Chinese Overwatch, it's all Overwatch.
Diligence. This is him saying, we're not so sure just yet, so let me build our GM. We respect that, Selena. I'm offended. Kid Bomba throws his shot out. I think if we get past the 16-minute mark without Team Spirit losing, you might be cooking Seppat here in the middle of 5.
Pat once again taking so much damage. Not to survive this one. Deadly Magic will lock in, but no. Seppat still lives. And Zkeep jumps into the main of all Team Spirit. Kid Bomba forced to use a flicker just to get away. Vamos hanging on by a thread in every fight.
XP laners, the vanguards of their squads, this close to death. All this while Error 404 just wanted to commit Grand Theft Orange, so they're continuing to choke out Team Spirit, playing for this Lord, spawning in about a minute lower quarter. Looking at the items, wow, it was just 2 items.
No, they're saying Chinese.
Trex, it was literally just a book and a glowing wand.
That's all it takes.
Whoa, what the hell? That bad?
The burn. Okay. Burn, though. A little bit of damage, plus the burn. Double
burn. Natko had 0 defense.
Crazy.
So he was just going to take that either way. Looking at the gold lane, again, just about 500 gold between Hiko and Natco. And Hiko hasn't died yet. So I'd say as long as Team Spirit can keep their inhibitors healthy, can at least venture out of their base, maybe, what, 10, 12
Alright,
out.
chat, this is so long. We're counting this as a tech pause. We're gonna get another tech pause counter up.
Wasn't able to bring everything down in inhibitors.
Tech pause counter plus
and
one.
not even take possibly an inhibitor.
Way too long.
It's already going to be about 14 and a half minutes, 15 minutes by the time this first Lord goes down.
2-minute counter.
It's going to be hard. Team Spirit could honestly just play defense here.
That's
they could let the Lord come at them.
Whoa.
They should be able to shred. Sabo doesn't want to play defense. Zakif getting pushed away. Into the backside, though. Air 404. Able to get some nice damage down onto Zaur. Kid Bomba as well. Team Spirit, like I said, they could play defense. They probably won't lose off of one more Lord push. And then you're in mid to late game at that point.
Passive push up top. So this dance has been beneficial to Team Spirit. Still cannot deny the mechanical and momentum-based gameplay of Air 4-4. Dodging a couple ults. Big knockup. Lord of Tents.
Saved by the Lord. Saved by the Bell. Kid Bomba takes the Lord, though, with the steals to keep on the backside. Able to make sure he goes down as Setpat moves on to Hiko. Sabo with the Fatal Links. Able to pull two members away. Nako able to get some free shots back. In response, Team Spirit back to base. They have a Lord. They have a defense. And now they have an advance.
A Lord for 2. That's a bargain. Again, looking at Team Spirit's lineup, it's not a lineup that can defend inside the base. Wave clear isn't a commodity they can go off of, but look at the trade. Look at how well Kid Bomba just dug underneath. That Zaragoza was too far off, so that was a Hail Mary play.
And it pays off at this point. They do defend. They lose their mid-tier 2, but still inhibitors all stand strong. Vamos has to rethink, and we're getting to that goal. We're getting to the spread. We're getting to 5-item territory at this point. It's going to be another, what, 2 minutes till we get another Lord or a little more?
Yep. And I think we've crossed the point wherein I'd say Team Spirit can contest that Lord. This last one, I didn't expect for them to steal it. I was expecting them to, just draw it out. But the fact that they stole it made this, again, canon moment in this game a little more possible. And here we are now. They're threatening the push in mid. Massive AOG.
Does get the knock-up on the 2, but Hiko still has to go away. Air 4-4 unable to connect onto any. Zakif keeps getting caught. Yes, he's able to get that AOG, but his health was too low before that fight started. Team Spirit continue to make him a target.
I'd say it's worth it, the fact that they were able to protect their tier 1, because that's another point that Team Spirit has to put pressure on. It did not come for free, yes, but he didn't die. Couple of battle spells, yes. Key battle spells, but the fact that mid lane tier 1 is still standing makes this Lord all the more harder for Team Spirit to contest for. They will contest, yes, but it's not as ideal, not as viable for them to convert elsewhere. So Vamos still has more tricks up their sleeve. You can see that Air 404, 17, 80 minutes in, is still dodging. AOG point blank!
Once again, able to get the knock-up onto Kid Bomba. Kid Bomba doesn't have to go away, but a nice Fatal Links does land from Sawo. Setpat taking a lot of damage from Hiko. Hiko unloading right now. Zarugis being the next target as Air 404 finds him. Will he go for the re-engage? Sawo is low. Aero 404 trying to turn things around, but he decides it's not the optimal strategy.
2 for 1. Still a good trade for Team Spirit, but they lost the Retribution holder, so it doesn't immediately convert to a Lord. Here now we're seeing how perfectly Team Spirit, their patience is paying off. Fatal Links into all of them linked up to Muddles. And Hiko Mania starting off about 17 and a half minutes in. Aero 405, I think, is the linchpin of this lineup. The fact that he's taking care of the map, the fact that he picked off Zarugis when they needed to, means this Lord wasn't as free for the Dragons.
Do they try to burst it down here? It's a few seconds for Zaur on the map. Gonna look for position. They do take the purple buff. Did he take purple? No, it's still there.
Oh, he might have just left the baby.
That's what I'm wondering, if he just left. No.
No. Well, I think the fact that, all right, vision-wise, Team Spirit has it in spades. They can just leave traps around. Sawa can flush him through. So I think that's what Air 404 was afraid of. He wasn't sure where the members of Team Spirit were, but now, Spirit, they start up a dance.
Hiko is becoming a problem at this point. There is no answer to this man. Once the go away comes out, he can just unload. Even Setpat is getting shredded down. We saw it in the last big Lord fight.
Arrows coming out from Sunset Lover. Vision gained by Team Spirit. Vamos now are at a point where they need to find a way in.
Lord, at a third of its health, gets soft reset. Sawa playing footsies toe-to-toe against Zekif. Zarigu is clearing that wave up top again. Due diligence. Long lane is in the Team Spirit's advantage. That's impressive. How they're able to do this dance this well.
Lightning Truncheon comes down for Falcon. In these grouped up fights, it could make the difference. Ooh, as Hiko continues to play Zower. Able to lock down onto Clockun, pops a Daddy Magic. Clockun will survive with the black shoes. Arrow comes out, but that is one big utility down on the side of Vamos.
Another soft reset for the Lord. Ult spent on either side. Zekif here has an immortality already, so he can use his body as a shield. Can engage. Lord at half health.
Man, the way that Hiko is consistently pressuring this Lord means Vamos can't take the risk of playing the long lane. They can't play the map right now. They need a full reset. Step out on the backside. Look at the flicker in, and Sawa finds error! Sawa will pay the price for that. Vamos without a jungler have to make this play happen now. They have to change something, but Team Spirit isn't gonna let it happen. Hiko will not let it happen. Sapat's on the run, Clockun's on the run, and Kid Bomba won't let him get away. The mid, Zekif with the AOG back to the base. Team Spirit take the win and take the Lord in that fight.
A sequence out of order. The lead is gone. They've evaporated the 5,000 up they've been sitting on for the better part of 10 minutes. Hiko underneath the Lord at point blank range. Lifestealed his way to bullying 2 to 3 members of Vamos out. Kid Bomba now forcing a black shoes out of Clockun.
Kid Bomba doesn't have the I'm offended anymore, so they should be safe, but he's never gonna give it up. Sepat there as well. Lord slowly marching down top side. This is the only advantage that Vamos has right now.
Lord is going to be evolved, so as soon as this makes it into where fights happen, Team Spirit is going to be calling the shots. That's a Spirit Lord.
And at this point too, Vamos, they have their tier 2, so that's at least one advantage in this push, in this defense, I would say.
They can slow the inevitable.
They can slow the inevitable. Big wave in the mid side. Air 4-4, because of this slow push on the Lord, he's able to kind of play the map a bit, but Team Spirit doesn't care about the other lanes. They want to Hail Mary it down this top side.
Okay, a lot is on Clockun right now. He's going to need his Purify in 20 seconds. Zarigo's put down a third of his health.
They got him offended from Kid Bomba, though, on multiple members, followed up by Fatal Links. Arrow 4-4. Forced to wing away. Zekif will drop next. Immortality does pop. He doesn't have the AOG.
Oh my gosh, I just heard that person scream. That person from Weibo screamed so loud. Bro, you know it's loud when production can get it.
But they can't. Team Spirit lock on the base. Revenge is served in quick fashion. The Dragons, Team Spirit, will go on to the semifinals.
Harosh, Team Spirit, despite the grueling climb through groups, it seems like knockouts are the Dragon's nest. 3-0, taking Vamos out.
We came into today thinking that Vamos were the favorites. We came in after their big wins thinking they were going to be a challenge, but Team Spirit shows up on their first round of the knockout stages and shows that they are still a force to be reckoned with.
This last game in the series, Game 3, the match point bout was a testament to how well Team Spirit prepared for this mentally. They did not tremble. They did not trifle with what ifs. They played to the late game. As soon as we crossed the 16, 17 minute mark, Trex, they were a different beast. They knew that we know how you play. Error 404, there's only so much you can do to guard your flanks. Clockun, we know you can clear waves this well, but look at the rest of the map. Bottom lane, that was all them. They penetrated with very little effort. That was a lost lane where Team Spirit wasn't even fighting.
They were able to just buy time, even with that one Lord that Kid Bomba steals. Even before that Lord, when they get the kill onto Natco and slow down the push and stop Vamos from being able to take that tier 2 in the mid side.
Every little piece mattered, every small trade to get them into the game where Hiko was just unstoppable, where the team was just unstoppable. You could see the scale slowly tipping in favor of Team Spirit as that game went on and on and on.
And I don't think it's for a lack of conviction or for forward momentum from Vamos. It seemed like in 1, 2, 3, Hala Vamos was going to come online, but I guess it's just guarding your sixes. Late game is where Team Spirit comes alive. We forgot that throughout their career, throughout their run, dominating the ECA, they are capable of things like this. And I think, look, even Error 4 was thinking about how do we defend, how do we clear. 27 minutes is what it took. And Team Spirit gave no quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the celebration on stage. Let's go to them now and hear a word from our winners.
Spirit won that one. Spirit won the game. So.
The Dragons successfully gatekeeps the semi-finals in a clean sweep up against Team Vamos. And on stage we have Kid Bomba from Team Spirit. Wow. Kid Bomba, let's go straight to the point. They were the first team to pick in the draws and they picked you. You successfully won this rematch up against Team Vamos. And there are so many supporters in the arena cheering for you, shouting your name. And I heard even your family is here who kept on crying and yelling throughout the match. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling amazing. We knew that we would win. We knew it would be a 3-0. They didn't do the right choice choosing us. We just played bad the first time we faced them. Now we show them the real team spirit and we send them home.
Oh, wow. Kid Bomba, you said you knew it would be a 3-0. How did you know?
We're just good like that.
Oh, period. He's just good like that. Now, of course, let's talk about what happened, you know. In the group stages, Team Spirit, a lot of people were saying you guys looked shaky. A lot of people were saying you guys might actually not make it to the knockout stages. But this knockout stages, Team Spirit looks so different. What happened in the 2 days break that we actually had? What did you guys do?
I mean, every team here knew that we are a really good team, you know. We had really good scrim results. Every team here knows that. Every team knows we're a threat. We just had a rough start into the tournament. Now we're back to our prime form, so everybody can be scared of us.
Oh! What preparations did you do for this matchup?
We really studied them better this time. We didn't underestimate them. And 3-0, that's the result.
Yeah, I really do think that underestimating is the most important thing when we're in a tournament because anything could happen in the Land of Dawn. And of course, heading into the semi-finals, congratulations on that, by the way. Your next opponent will either be Onyx or Aurora Gaming. If you got to choose, who do you think will actually make it to the next round?
I don't care. We have a clean record against Aurora in International, and we beat Onyx the last time. I mean, I'd rather face Calra again to send him home as well, but let's see.
Oh, it is getting hot over here on the stage with Kid Bomba. And you know what? I know that there's so many people here in the arena, and I'm sure overseas, internationally sending you the love. Is there anything perhaps that you'd like to say to them?
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for coming here, and keep supporting Team Spirit. You're not going to regret it.
Anything you want to say to your mom?
Thanks for coming and watching.
Aww, so cute, super duper cute. So now, are you ready to crush some keys?
Of course.
All right, Team Spirit, come on over. My question is gonna be the biggest question of the day. Who wants to crush Team Vamos' key? Oh, Hiko volunteered. All right, let's go. Hiko went for it and he said, me. All right, Hiko, you may head to the front, to the key crusher, and push on the lever. Yes, push on it. Push on it, Hiko. There you guys have it. Team Spirit officially eliminates Team Vamos in MSC at EWC 2026. They have destroyed the dreams of the Malaysians, but the Dragons continue their journey. With that, let us throw it back to the desk to break down this series.
The emotion is so real as a parent, but more just as a person. You can tell what it means to see the success from mother, sister to son, from region to EECA to organization, from the coach all the way down to the gold lane and Hiko. It was team spirit all the way with a 3-0 victory to move on to the semifinals. $150,000 at least secured, maybe $200,000, and of course still fighting for that major prize pool, $1 million on the line at the end of things. What a journey, guys. Welcome back, Renmo, Mirko. After an amazing set, it was dominant again, but this sent a different message, I think, than yesterday's Yangon Galacticos one.
Yeah, I think Team Spirit, this is a proclamation and an announcement. They're back. The Team Spirit that we expected to perform from the beginning of MSC. They had to rediscover themselves. They had to be honest with themselves. Even Kid Bomba said, we just knew we played bad up against Team Vamos when we faced them in the group stages. We've gotten better. We fixed that. They said they were confident it would be a 3-0, and they delivered.
Yeah, it wasn't just the match against Vamos. It was also back-to-back matches after that, Guangzhou Gaming as well, where we saw that shakiness of Team Spirit. But it was through that hard run in the group stage where they learned, where they improved. And I think we are seeing a pattern right now, except for Yangon Galacticos, right? They're the only ones that went through undefeated in groups and then just popped off. Spirit, Falcons, adjusting, adapting, improving. All that through the losses, through the fact that they got reality checked early.
And maybe that reality check is the reason that they were able to come into such confidence, such clarity about how they wanted to play this matchup. We said they were the gatekeepers, and that's true. The reason why is they kind of are the limit test for teams to get into the knockout stages. But what about them? Them holding out the gates, but not being able to turn and walk through themselves, often stopped by Malaysia, the Indonesian teams, the Filipino teams. And now all of a sudden they have taken down the last hope for Malaysia. They have turned this into a story about EECA, and they brought some EECA trash talk as well, which was, as someone, you know, as outside of MLBB and loving being a part of it, it was kind of a welcome thing to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we fell in love with Kid Bomba and the boys from back then. It was Deus Volt. Now with the banner of Team Spirit, of course, they love to bring that reality to the exchanges, to the social aspect of it all when it comes to esports.
Yeah.
I mean, for us in Southeast Asia, a Southeast Asian dominant game, we're not used to it. We're used to humility. We're used to being humble about it. Good
horrible,
luck, have
horrible,
fun.
horrible. All of that horrible. We want more of this. I want to see more of the Western teams start winning because I want to see some personality up on stage.
Yes, and it's not a critique, it's a difference, and it's something I learned, but it's also something that when you have a stage like Paris, where the world is gathering, where Europe's gathering, you get to see these different voices that in MLBB maybe didn't have the loudest megaphone, so to speak, and now they're starting to speak up.
Yeah, and not only talk, they walk the walk. They deliver the how their personalities are. You can see it in game. Again, Spirit is back.
How'd you like that matchup call out with Kelra? Send him home.
Oh, dude, I mean,
send him home. I mean, Onyx got to win, but I mean, you know.
We just love the personality. I mean, even for Lunar, right? Lunar, a little bit of a diss back at Kelra. You said you were going to get revenge the first time at group stage.
What happened?
You didn't. I love it. I love how Spirit played this game, though. Again, we saw how dominant they could be, winning an early game, having plan A go smooth. But I think the real question mark for Spirit would be, what would happen if you were put into the same position as that group stage match against Vamos, against Guangzhou Gaming? What would happen if you lose out on plan A, right? They, through the group stage, have never really been able to stay composed like the previous Spirit iterations of rosters. This time, they showed exactly how good they can be with Sour Egoist. I love that Hiko already kind of teased it to us in the interview before the match. He's like, Donk. Hey, Donk won a major in his first international, in his first major with Spirit. Now, if Sour can do the same.
No way. That is crazy.
About legacy here. It's maybe not too early to begin the conversation. Certainly still a lot of, but you know, question marks. But a win
that was last
at
year's
MSC
championship
after debuting at 16
and literally knocked all the way down. Everyone's voting on Falcons to win.
And to think about the storyline, because just last year he couldn't play in the wild card because he was few months away from being 16 to qualifying to play at MSC. It's so sick.
Yeah, just when we thought we knew all the stories, we knew all the narratives, we're reminded yet again, wait, there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more the spirit that other teams could show up.
Everyone's
I'm going to say
prediction
that
for
I thought this was definitely a mom and sister Mr. Buff for sure. Front row,
For sure.
seeing your mom crying. I mean, you're going to play your best anything at that point. And obviously, Kid Bamba delivered. On the other side of it, the story up until now had been Team Vamos and Error 404. There's no doubt even in that final game, he showed his prowess, his ability technically, mechanically, and his will to win. But it was unfortunate because he was not able to get the job done. We have an exit interview with Error 404 to hear what he has to say.
We are now backstage with Error 404. Error 404, how was everyone handling that loss?
It was quite hard because we're expecting a win today because we beat them right in the group stage. So yeah, it's quite hard to take the loss.
Is everyone handling it the same way?
I'm not sure about them, but for me, yeah, because this is my first experience on the knockout stage in the international. So yeah, it's really hard. So I would try to take it as a lesson.
Take it as a lesson. And despite everything, I think everyone is saying that you are a potential jungler that will go to many lengths in the future. Do you agree? Are you satisfied with your performance?
I feel like I could do more, but I think I try my best. So yeah, for the next tournament, I think we'll do better, we'll improve more, and yeah, we'll promise a better result.
I'm feeling a little bit of like overthinking on something. Is there something that's bothering you? Was it the last game that we saw?
No, I just think that we made a lot of mistakes, like not like our usual gameplay, because we're normally very disciplined, but today I think everything went wrong. So yeah, I think it's just we lost because of our mistakes.
You lost because of your mistakes. Did you feel like Team Spirit were a different team in this match? Did they study you too much, or?
I think they're just the same. It's just yeah, they maximize our mistake and they know how to punish us. So yeah, they are the better team today.
So what happened? Was it your preparation, or was it the adrenaline that was happening on stage?
I think it's just the consistency of us. Like, we're not really consistent, so that's a thing to fix.
Okay, so in coming future, you're gonna take that lesson with you.
Yeah.
Error 404, what's next for you?
We'll just try to win another tournament, and for MPL, we'll do our best also, and we'll come back stronger.
You did amazing. Thank you so much for your participation here.
Thank you.
Is there any final words that you want to say to your audience, your viewers?
To all the Malaysian fans, we're really sorry about the loss, and we felt we could do better, but I think we tried our best to reach here, and I don't think anybody expected us to be this far, so thank you for your support, and see you next time. Thank you.
Come back stronger, Vamos. Thank you so much for this. We're going to throw it over back to you guys.
I mean, we might have to stop calling them exit interviews, start calling them therapy sessions at this point if Eterna asks any more questions when somebody is that down, because they're processing. It's like grief processing right there. No doubt about it. Great interview. Again, consistency, took advantage of the mistakes. Team Spirit take the win 3-0 over Team Vamos. And that was Error 404's reasoning as to why. A lot to be discovered. Coming up, it's Aurora Gaming and Onyx, the big match of the day. I know many people online, many people in the building have been looking towards what many consider the new final boss here in Aurora Gaming. Gonna have a chance to prove it. Before we go, guys, I know we're switching off the panel, so just any final words before we switch off. Renmar, Rico.
Congratulations to Spirit, and I'm excited to see Aurora and Onyx because Spirit is saying that they're ready for both of you. So let's see if they can put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, I'm happy for Spirit. My goats are out, so at this point, I'm just enjoying the show, bro. I'm just enjoying the ride.
All right, they're settled in. It's been a great panel with them. We've got more coming up as well. On the flip side of this, we're going to hear about all those teams, Aurora and Onyx. But for you, if you think you know who's going to win, make sure to get your pick'ems in. That's right. Earn your share of $300,000. Pick who you think is going to get the victory. I believe it was Team Spirit who actually had the lead in this one for the majority. So you guys are right. Will you be right about Onyx? Will you be right about Aurora Gaming? We'll find out after this break. And pay attention because we've got Renmar's confessions. It's your turn, buddy.
Oh no!
Have fun, bro.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
This is Renmar's confessions. He doesn't know we were doing this.
Chris, what you guys dragged me out of the green room. I was chilling.
Bleep
I was
machine
watching.
in immediately.
What?
Just having a nice Saturday morning.
Okay.
I'm not going to ruin it too badly. These are not as bad as I thought they were potentially.
Okay.
So, Renmar, we've not known each other for very long, so I would just want you to clarify. Would you rather be called Renmar or a prehistoric animal?
Renmar. Renmar would be good.
So not Reptar, no?
No, that's my old name. Yeah.
What was the theory?
The what?
The theory behind that.
Why Reptar?
Yeah.
I think. Oh, I know. I remember because someone in a work group chat wanted to type out my name, and they typed out Reptar, and they said it was a typo. But I don't believe it because there's no way you can typo Reptar typing out Renmar.
No, it's completely. Yeah.
The letters from the keyboard are too far, so I think they just called me that on purpose, and it stuck.
You don't like that anymore, no? We've moved away.
I still don't mind getting called it. It's like a throwback.
A throwback, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just checking if you'd spilt anything on your clothes today.
Wait, what's going on?
I've been told you are a clumsy boy.
Yes, I am. I am a clumsy boy. That is actually very true.
If you'd spilled coffee today, you'd have been fine.
Exactly. I think that's why I wore brown today subconsciously. I was
Just
like,
in
okay,
case.
I feel like I need an extra coffee today.
What's the worst thing you've spilled on?
Not on myself, but on a coworker back in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Hot soup.
Oh,
30 minutes before broadcast. Makeup had to spend a lot of time drying it out.
no.
He smelled like hot soup for the rest of the broadcast. But
I mean, if it was good hot soup, then that's fine.
It was.
Okay. Someone has dubbed you as the most likely to fall in love with a stranger. Could you tell me why that is?
Was it a Turner?
I don't know.
Why do I feel like this was a Turner who said that? I am a very proud, hopeless romantic. Not so hopeless now anymore.
You are in the city of love, though, so I mean,
yeah.
you know, you've been any lonely walks, you know, like taking a book.
Not lonely walks, but like I had the day where I walked like 25,000 steps around Paris.
Nice.
Yeah, it was sweet. Yeah.
Nice. Anywhere in particular, little romantic stroll along the next to the Eiffel Tower?
Nothing romantic. I did go up to Sacré-Cœur.
Yeah.
Where John Wick had his final duel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really
That's
nice.
cool. There's loads of spots like that. Like we got spots like in Call of Duty. There's a really famous spot that we got in Paris. There's, I mean, lots of things happen in Paris in gaming, actually.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Very true.
Come to think of it. So what was your actual like esports journey been like, considering you may never be able to escape Rennie's shadow?
My dad? How do you know my dad's nickname? What is going on? Hey! No, I feel like when it comes to my dad, I feel like I've never really been under his shadow. He was a lot of guidance from him, considering that he's also...
It's useful.
Yeah, he also worked in radio, so... He just gave me some general tips at the start, but at the beginning he was like, he didn't understand what I was doing.
At least he didn't like get you the job, and everyone was like, this guy's just got the job because of that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Like, not at all. When I told him, it's like, Dad, just imagine I do what you do, except it's not delivering the news, it's talking over video games as a sport. That's when he was like, oh, okay, I kind of understand it. You're behind a mic, I get it.
That must make it really cool, though, to have that, like, to have that guidance, that kind of thing. Because my dad just worked in a factory, so he was. My dad still doesn't know what I do.
Still
He's like,
doesn't like
you working
focus,
for
yeah.
Call of Duty? No, Dad, I'm doing other things. Doesn't get it. So at least your dad knows.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think it's the basis of just like broadcast. So
Yeah. Okay, that has been Renmar's confessions. I'm going to actually ask for harsher questions last time. Yeah, you're fine.
Please don't.
Don't worry.
I'm good.
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it.
They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons. They have crushed the curse.
It's Turkey versus the defending champions of 2023 MSC. If they lose, that means we will for sure see a new MSC champion coming up at EWC. So excitement for this second match of the day. It's going to be Onyx going up against Aurora Gaming, and we have so much to talk about. I'm Rain Day. Welcome back to the panel. As I want to introduce you to who we've switched out with. It's Brigitte and LaFell. And it's starting exactly how I would have thought. At least you're not quacking today, Brigitte. How are you?
Not
yet.
That
That's actually true. Not yet.
Who knows what kind of sounds we'll be making?
Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing. Rain Day, you probably didn't notice, but me and Brigitte, we're more calm today.
Yeah,
Our
you're
energy
relaxed.
is a bit lower.
Uh-huh.
We're just having a vibe,
subdued.
right, Brig?
Yeah,
Right?
we have to.
I'm worried. Guys, I'm actually afraid of what this panel is going to look like. At this point, we have to get into the Crunchyroll story of the day, which is an important one because we look at Aurora, and we have seen Final Boss go down again and again and again. So maybe you don't want to get labeled the Final Boss because we've seen so many favorites fall from SRG to Team Liquid PH, but is Aurora Gaming the new Final Boss? Brig, I'll start with you.
I'm not sure how Midnight feels about us labeling them as...
I stole one of your
Knock on wood, right?
Okay.
I stole one of your cards, but it should be okay.
Hey, I don't think that's fine. But yeah, I don't think anyone at this point wants to be labeled the final boss, considering what has been the outcomes of whoever gets labeled the final boss in the past two international tournaments.
I mean, like, you can't spell Aurora with a R, am I right?
Ooh.
I mean, like, here's the thing.
Ooh. Or with that aura.
Not only do they win, but they win convincingly, right? So I think Onyx is like the greatest team ever, and I think they're gonna win this hands down 3-0. Like, no contest?
Brig, you want to answer?
I'm not sure how serious this is. Because I am expecting this to be a really close one.
So is everybody else.
You always say that.
I think Indonesia.
Hey, this is... come on.
I know, this is funny because both of these teams have come in with different approaches to it. Onyx representing Indonesia, one of the top 3 regions in MLBB's history. We also see Europe having its moment, and this is specifically a moment that Turkey is having. Istanbul is where the M Series will be held later this year. And one of the amazing things about that is that Aurora Gaming from Turkey have a chance to not only set themselves up for a win there, but a win here leading into it if they continue to be on top of the meta. And that's why this is such a dangerous team, Break. They have so much to play for. They've got such a great story, but also no one's been able to really figure them out yet.
Yeah, and I feel like that is why they are going to be considered, if not like the final boss, the team or one of the teams to beat, really, here, at least in MSC. Just because of the fact that even for the teams you expected to come in the strongest have not really lived up to expectations. And yes, they may have transitioned from being once underdogs to now actual contenders, but the way that they've really introduced themselves and maintained that kind of domination in every single series that they've been through here in MSC really is a statement for them. I feel like they've had more dominant runs than any other team we've seen so far.
Rain Day, let me just say, I am ready to just throw away the script.
Wow.
This time, I'm so ready for a non-Southeast Asian team to become a champion. Right?
Right? Why is that coming from us, though?
Yeah, no, you were the one that says, I don't want any Southeast Asian teams to become champion. That's what you said.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Now that Malaysia's out, you seem like you're pretty okay with letting that go.
No, this is all the pent-up aggression that I've had. Like, even since morning, Rig has been messing with me, and she just kept on doing that.
Well, I think it's going to continue, and we'll see if LaFell actually picks up that no card, and you see it in his hands later on, because there's a lot of stuff written on there, and if he really leaves it, I'm excited to see how that goes. But let's mention Aurora Gaming, because this is a team that has shocked the world. Maybe they had it in them all the time, but coming into this tournament, there were other teams that we had our eyes on, from Lunar to TNZ, Rosa, Pagu, and Siggy Boom, who I felt started this tournament with a bang and continues to try to be dominant. It's interesting to see if Aurora will be able to keep surprising their opponents. We had a chance to catch up with TNZ, their jungler, before this.
Hırslı ve kazanmaya aç bir oyuncu olarak tanımlayabilirim.
I think TNZ is very obsessed with the game. Is very obsessed with like winning. He's always trying to be the best.
He likes to gossip a lot. Yani ailemin dediğine göre 2 yaşımda bilgisayardan Spider-Man oynuyordum. Ben biraz böyle Spider-Man hayranı olduğum için 6. sınıfta ya da 7. sınıfta ortaokulda bir arkadaşımın önerisiyle başladım. Orada bir tane karakter vardı, yani Spider-Man'e benzediği için sırf. Yani çocukken çok heveslendim, öyle başladım, oynamaya devam ettim. Önce e-spor olmadan önce başladım. O zaman e-sporcu olmadan önce böyle e-spor hakkında çok bilgim yoktu ve e-sporcu olacağımı düşünmüyordum. Yani normal bir çocuktum, yani diğer çocuklar nasılsa öyle bir çocuktum. E-spordan sonra değişen, yani ilk seneler çok değişen bir şey olmadı çünkü Türkiye'de o kadar e-spor gelişmemişti. Evde oyun oynuyordum, sonra işte turnuvalara katılmaya başladım, şu an buradayım.
But look at this crazy move by Tianzi. I mean, a tad bit of luck, obviously. The fact that the piercing spears didn't get him. Oh my god.
Niall from Team Vitality says, for me, top jungler and MSC is TNZ. We just saw that proven pretty well in Game 1.
Şöyle karar verdim. O zamanlar yani daha yeni başladığım için tabii benden daha iyi oyuncular da vardı. Oyunu bilmiyordum.
Kenzie is different in a way that he's always trying to win, like no matter the results, right? The Turkish region wasn't always so good, right? Like how it's right now. And even though he kept like pushing, trying to improve, going to every single tournament, maybe the results weren't perfect, but over time it's becoming better, right? And I think everyone can see it.
One of the most ambitious player I have seen in my life.
The one thing I like about TNZ is that he will listen. If what you're saying makes sense, he will listen to you, and he will try his best to understand and also like accommodate changes that needed to be done for the team. I think he's reached that version that he wants to be, you know, like he wants to be a very good jungler. Now everyone knows that he's an exceptional jungler.
In the current meta, I think micro-wise, TNZ is the most skilled jungler there is right now.
Gonna be next, chopped off, taken out, and Sanford falls as well. A double kill into the hands of TNZ.
It's Aurora Gaming advancing to the knockouts. What a story. Onyx, they're gonna have to work through it.
Kişilik olarak çok değişmedim yani. Kişilik olarak değişmediğim için buralardayım bence. Yani dediğim gibi baştan beri nasılsam şu anda öyleyim.
He's a fun kid. Like honestly, I believe he's a good kid at heart. He just doesn't know it yet.
We'll look over the EWC.
Playing with TNZ, we're trying to be very perfectionist. We're trying to fix every small detail, trying to improve as much as we can, trying to be basically the strongest. Bu turnuvada birinci olmak istiyorum ben. Bunu da başaracağımıza inanıyorum takımla birlikte. Bu kadar.
Okay, so we are actually into a loser bracket game.
All right, well, LaFell still doesn't have his note card. He's been dancing the entire time with Brig, so have I, and that's why I'm going to throw it to him in a second just to show you what we're going on. Again, we have one more piece before we see if he actually picks it up and uses it. Otherwise, he really is just doing this off the cuff. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's go into Onyx, because, of course, they've got a great story as well. Lutpi, Kyrie, Sands, Kidboy, and Kelra, who has received trash talk from multiple different sources, including Aurora Gaming, and now Team Spirit as well. Their coach, CW, had a chance to catch up with us before this match.
It's Erna here, and now we are with CW, Onyx coach. CW, we haven't heard from you just yet. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
What about confident? Are you confident?
Very confident.
Very confident. See, that's a mentality that we want coming into this elimination match. But speaking of mentality, there have been a lot of discussions out there, especially some podcasts that have discussed a lot of Indonesian teams. And I think when it comes down to, you know, micro, macro mechanics, everything is like on par with the rest of the world. But sometimes mentality plays a huge factor. CW, do you think that Onyx has been struggling with mentality problems?
Whoever loses will get their key
I
crush
think if
in
we
Overwatch,
sang
y'all.
Onyx maybe 3 or 4 years ago, before like Coach Chip coming.
So when you were still a player?
Yes.
Okay. And now it's better.
It's better because I think Coach Chip taught us many like confident factor that we have to bring in the competition.
So Coach Yeb has taught you guys a lot about mentality.
Yes.
So how do you, though, as a coach, handle that now? Like, is it still Coach Yeb, or are you now
taking that role on?
Probably. I mean, Coach Chip is like my mentor, right? So I ask him a lot.
Oh, you ask him a lot.
Yeah.
Is it pressure for you? Stepping into that position?
No, I mean, of course, before I was a player, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I will have a different learning into the coaches, so that's what I bring here.
It's a different journey for CW here.
Yes.
And speaking of journey as well, ups and downs for Onyx this MSC. What's been the big struggle? What's been the obstacle for Onyx?
I think many people would see this meta is like, it's like, one day it's Eudora is good, the next day Eudora is bad, and the next day when you pick like something like Link, it's work, but another day it's bad. Like it's a unique. I think it's a unique patch. In this
Do you
kind
think?
of.
Is it because people just haven't really figured out the meta yet?
I mean, it's like who bring the most confidence with their strat in this meta. So you can play anything.
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 So there's no priority heroes in different roles right now?
Of course, there's some like priority hero, but if it doesn't suit the team, I think it's not working.
Okay, so that's the struggle that Onyx has been facing right now.
I've never seen that.
I mean, before
the knockout. So now everything's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
We settled it.
You settled it.
Yes.
0 to 10 confidence level, coach.
Yes, 9.9.
9.9. That's so high.
Because 10 is like it's perfect score.
It's perfect,
and there's no one perfect in this world.
That's why he's coach. It's wise. CW, does it stand for coach? Like you're wise or wise coach?
I can see it's you.
But speaking of being wise and all that, were you surprised that Vitality got knocked out?
Sorry.
Kind of.
No, you.
Because I think they are really strong, especially Nanail with the assassin meta. Yeah.
Do you feel pressure now that you're the only remaining MPL ID team?
No, we just want to play.
They just want to play.
Yeah.
And if you want to play today, what do you want to say to your opponents today? What do you want to say to Aurora?
The view bot. Yes.
It's
well,
okay.
You're getting
It's
drops,
okay. We'll give you some time.
I'm happy to give you some drops too. I appreciate you, Jeff. I always do.
100%.
And a lot of.
I thought it was 9.9%.
I mean, the ready is.
Oh, okay. So he's 9.9 confidence out of 10, but he's 100% ready to face
Aurora.
All right. Thank you so much, CW, for this interview, and we're throwing it over back to you guys.
16 hours. If it lasted 16 hours, it might actually.
Trying to get him. I thought it was 99. Really What's wrong with you? What's really wrong with you guys? That's what I want to know. That's what Eternal's asking.
I'm not good at math, so I think I would make the same mistake, right?
Apparently nothing, though, with the math being on the side for the fans. 68% think Onyx is going to take this one.
1% off for Onyx to have a nice number.
Wow.
Now that's a disappointment.
I think it's still a pretty nice number.
Wow. I'm a disappointment.
No, you're not.
Hey, thanks.
Either way, one up or one down, you guys would have made a joke about that number.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I would have seen the hands flapping, or I would have seen. Oh God. All right.
Hey, but that's a surprise, though.
That is.
What's a surprise?
The number is like.
Yes, it was.
Because you would assume that Onyx had really, really, really high numbers.
Yeah.
Favoring them.
And he does not shy away from being confident, but he does shy away from owning the regional impact. But I'm not going to do that because MPL Indonesia is looking for Onyx to raise the flag for that region. This is one of our MSC champions from 2023. SRG have gone out. Team Liquid, PH have gone out as well. And it's no shy conversation on the side of the other side of the bracket with Team Falcons Philippines saying, we are the last one standing for our region. I believe Onyx has that pressure as well. But when you look at their opponents in Aurora Gaming, they have been able to surprise, to stun, and to silence any of the doubters, especially with that man TNZ alongside Siggy Boom and the squad. Will Coach Midnight have them prep for this? You know it. It's just a matter of what's going to happen. Let's get game number 2, our second series, on the way.
Hearts, dreams, and keys were shattered in the first match of the day. And I'm not gonna lie, my heart was shattered too, but the show must go on as we continue with our second match of the day, where Onyx goes up against Aurora Gaming.
Very much so. I'm sorry, Rose, but that's the nature of competition. It means the better team on that day advanced, and in that sense, that was team spirit. And what a game they gave us, but as you said, we have to decide who faces off against them in our next semi-final. And it's two teams that both really have their own incredible story coming into MSC at EWC. So let's not dilly-dally. Let's bring out our first team. Please join me in welcoming Aurora Gaming! Aurora is their name. Domination is their game. A rematch was called not only to prove that they are the better team, but that the Kingslayers deserve a personal and regional run deeper than ever before. So when the sun rises tomorrow, it'll be a second after a resilient Aurora Gaming.
Now this is gonna be a match to watch because they are going up against a former champion here at MSC. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Onyx time! The Sky Kings return to the land of dawn to take a shot at reclaiming what was once theirs. Indonesia's last hope needs to fly higher than ever to take down Aurora. Can they successfully dim the northern lights when they are shining brighter than ever?
One of these days.
I'll tell you one thing, Rose. It is difficult to hold on to that crown, even more so than it is to have it in your hands in the first place. So let's send our teams in for it, please. Onyx, place your keys, take your seats. Aurora, place your keys, take your seats. An epic semifinal.
If I get it earlier than a year, then something definitely happens. But I know it's going to be like at least a year or something before I get an actual DVD that can
So let's get this game on the way.
Move on to the base. Can they finish it here?
Another
team crumbles. Another team falls.
We're in a very good shape. We can beat any teams here in MSC.
Onyx crumble at the
oh my
of it all. Aurora Gaming can advance on to the knockout stage.
Of course, I want Aurora. Yeah, I want to take the revenge. Yeah.
I just want to prove that we can beat them twice. Like, they want to get the revenge. We just want to play our normal game and win.
Tries, but Aurora Gaming made it happen. And Sigaboom did it too on the road. What a game 3.
We'll punish them more than they punish us.
Night. Or good morning, night.
So when we beat Onyx, like, it proved to ourselves that we can actually win the whole thing and hope that we don't choke in the playoffs.
We kind of miss our tempo. We met them 2 times and then we win, and this time they win in the group stage.
Semua about in early sih. Dia kalau early-nya dapat, press-nya dapat, snowball, dia udah kuat banget, jago di early. Maka kalau dia nggak dapat early-nya, mungkin udah GG.
I feel like if they sometimes get the snowball in early game, then they can use it pretty much. Like when the gold laner can play the game, I think it's kind of hard for us to play. Whenever they struggle in mid lane, it's kind of over for them.
I was a bit surprised when they stole some of our heroes when we played our first match. So I think this time Onyx gonna be more ready. They're gonna come more prepared.
They know they cannot play late game. They always priority the early until mid game heroes.
I think Pago now is the one of the best from EWC.
They have a very stable gold laner, and also like jungler, Kyrie and Kelra, those two. Big X factor would be the roamer, Boy.
I just take my revenge. For our group stage match, you also said revenge.
You wanted revenge earlier, you failed. You want revenge now? Don't expect too much, right? I think we are aiming for like a 3-0 win or 3-1.
We just do the same things that we've been doing before. We can actually just win.
I hope we can show the full potential of our team.
One of the best group stage runs ever. TL then Onyx, are you kidding me?
For Pagu, my friend. Tunggu pembalasan dendam kita dan kita akan kalian di knockout stage. Don't cry.
Aurora have just taken out 2 of the biggest teams in MSC back to back cleanly.
For Kiboy, I would say just hope you get your strong heroes.
It's the battle of the last and closest rematch that we had. Among all those quarterfinal rematches, this was the only upper bracket decider that went down to the final match. It's one of the reasons why Aurora was a final pick, and one of the reasons why they were actually going up against Onyx again. We were doing some theory crafting as well. We said if they had actually won, they would have had the fastest time. They would have picked first. And the question is, would they have picked Onyx again? Because the rematches went before them, they were forced into this rematch, but I think they're both happy to say, we want to prove we beat you for real, or to give Onyx a chance to say, we want to get our revenge.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can see it, and we, I think, would all agree that Onyx also want this rematch to happen just because of how things really went for the past series that they've been up against each other. And even Midnight was very vocal about how he was already surprised with how Onyx stole away a couple of the heroes that they were planning or expecting to use themselves, and he's just expecting that Aurora or that Onyx this time would be much more prepared to go up against them.
And here's the thing, I feel like it's warranted to be a bit worried if you're an Aurora fan here, because we saw how Onyx in their second game, first game, sure, they lost in the early game, but then come second game, they matched the aggression. Keyboy on that show was able to have a lot of forward momentum, and then they got a lot of kills in mid. So I feel like this time Aurora should not have an easy early game.
Which I think is something crucial to note in this matchup. It was mentioned that, at least for Aurora, they've observed that Onyx, everything crumbles, especially when things go wrong in their mid. But Onyx acknowledged that Aurora probably also doesn't want to play for late game.
Yeah.
So the drafting might be something that will reflect that, and whether or not they've already adjusted to these things that are probably a bit lacking from their playstyle.
I mean, here's the thing. If you want that to happen, you kind of have to take down Sigibum. But here's the thing. I don't see Sigibum losing any of his lanes. So, I don't know. So far, Aurora, in terms of marksman, they only use the Melissa.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have anything else.
I think that's another thing to take note of, because I think a lot of question has been put onto Onyx and their gold lane. Yes, he is indeed acknowledged as one of the most stable gold laners there is out there, but we're yet to see how stable he is when you're forced to put him on a fighter gold lane. On the other hand, though, Sigibum has been nothing less than stable, has been nothing less than consistent in terms of the gold lane, regardless of whatever hero you decide to put him on.
Speaking of the gold lane, Kelra, he's had 7 different heroes that he's played over the course of